Here's what I'll tell people. It's time for high school football, presented by Sarshone Auto Group on Q92 and the Q92 Sports Network. The best Stark County football is heard right here all season long. Whether you're in a car, at home, or on the go, the action is live on Q92 and streaming on the Q92 Facebook page, X, and our YouTube channel. Now, let's take you live to the stadium and our broadcast team for tonight's kickoff on Q92 and the Q92 Sports Network.
Here they go! Touchdown!
Good evening and welcome to the kickoff of high school football on Q92 Radiosports.com. I am Ryan Keller. Alongside me this season, I'm super excited to have him here, Coach Antonio Hall. Coach, welcome to the team.
So happy to be here. So excited to be here with you, Ryan, and ready to kick off the season for 2005 in Stark County.
Yeah, 2025 underway here tonight, and we've got a good one between Sandy Valley and the Fairless Falcons. And boy, these two teams might not have been what they were looking for last year. Young teams coming into this year, they're bringing a lot of guys back. It should be an exciting game to kick off the season.
Definitely, like you said, very young last year, especially Fairless. They're returning 21 starters. But what I love about this level of football are the two-way dogs. You know, guys that play both sides of the ball, wear their heart on their sleeve every play, and leave it all on the field for their team, their community. So I'm so excited to watch this football game.
And we are about 10 minutes away from kickoff. We got some pregame action to get to. We got another game going on tonight on Q92. The Perry and the Central Catholic are kicking things off tonight. These two teams normally play on Thursday to start off the season. It's a great tradition to have. They know it's coming, and we're here. Who would have thought that we are here at football time?
I know. It's like, you know, you wait all year for football season. Summer gets here, it drags along. You blink your eye, and then boom, it's football season. You blink your eye again, it's going to be December. So let's enjoy it. Let's have a great ride. I'm looking forward to announcing with you all season.
Let's take a slow blink. I don't want to get to December too quick.
Exactly.
So we're going to step away and take a break. We've got pregame action coming up. We're going to check in with Clint Scroggs. He's calling the game tonight with Brian Beatty and Ryan Bevere over at Central Catholic for Perry Central. And Coach Hall here had a chance to go down and talk to both head coaches, Brian Gamble and AJ Sarbaugh, from their respective teams, and hear what they have to say about tonight's matchup. All that coming up right here. Also, before we go, you can hear us on Q92Radiosports.com, the Q92 Sports Facebook page, the Q92 YouTube page, and the Q92 Sports X page. We are everywhere. So if you want to listen, there's no excuse not to. I'm glad you're tuning in with us tonight. We're going to have a great season, and we're doing 9 games in 2 days. We'll talk a little bit throughout the broadcast about the games coming up tomorrow as well, so a lot to dive into, and we're going to get to it all here after our break. You are listening to High School Football presented by the Sarshone Auto Group on Q92 Radiosports.com.
Really dynamic, great games that gone right down the wire. 2021, post-COVID year, which was the only year we didn't play in that whole streak from 2017 down. That game was a 29-28 win for Fairless right at the end on a 2-point conversion in overtime. A year later, Fairless was dominant with 41-0 for 2 years. Have both been touchdown games in separate ways. Sandy Valley 2 years ago behind their great quarterback, Nicky Intro, picked up a here at Fairless. Then last year, Fairless was turning favor going to Sandy Valley and behind a very young sophomore version of Mikey Ritterbeck, who we'll see tonight with 2 touchdowns in the win. It's Staples, their junior defensive end, who's now junior this year. Was huge in that game last year with 2 sacks and 2 receptions. So a little bit of background on that. Obviously, if you look into tonight, you have a lot of familiar names on both sides. Really, for Fairless, though, it's where there's more returners from last season. Sandy Valley, I talked with Coach Gamble before the game, and he told me he told me at this point, but he said that this is probably since he started, which again, we're talking about.
And welcome back to Fairless, the new beautiful school over here. We just did the Students for Sobriety here on Q92 this past season. It's great to be back here kicking off high school football on Q92 Radiosports.com, presented by the Sarshone Auto Group. We're going to dive in and check in with Clint Scroggs. He is calling the matchup tonight between Central and Perry. Let's hear what Clint has to say.
347 yards. You obviously have Cam Carl, probably one of the top wide receivers in all of South Carolina. We got 57 yards last year, 42 yards, 5 TD. And we also have Zach Wilkerson, who got 45 balls last year for 225 at the TD. So there's a lot of experience in the talent positions, for the Falcons. On the other hand, Sandy, as we've said, they're very young. They do have a couple of guys who come back with some experience. It's not like they haven't played in a high school varsity game before. We got Caleb, being our quarterback. He can take the 556 yards last year in 4 TDs. Matt Oakley, who's probably going to be their leading back this year, ran for 154 yards last year. And
Thank you, Clint. And like I said earlier, Coach Antonio Hall had a chance to talk to both coaches from Sandy Valley and from Fairless. Let's check in with Coach Gamble from Sandy Valley.
They beat the teams that, for lack of a better way of saying it, they beat the teams they were supposed to beat. And then
That was Coach Gamble from Sandy Valley. He also spoke with Coach A.J. Sarbaugh from the Fairless Falcons. Let's check in with Coach Sarbaugh.
We saw Fairless. We saw them twice. It felt like as the games went along, the one thing that I noticed
And welcome back, and great job with talking to both those coaches. You know, they talk about, young teams and the maturity and the growth and how far they've come just through the preseason alone. That has to be in the coach's head, something that you like to see moving forward throughout the rest of the season.
Yeah, as a coach, you want to see growth no matter when the season is. As long as you have life in the season, you're trying to progress. And now you get to come out, during the scrimmages, you ran your base stuff, very vanilla. Now you get to open up the playbooks a little bit more. Guys are playing for something. It's a rivalry game, week one. So tonight we're going to see what both teams got.
All right, we're going to step away and take a break as we get closer to kickoff, and we will be right back, and we'll break down tonight's game before the kickoff of the 2025 season here in Fairless. This is high school football presented by the Sarshone Auto Group on Q92 Radiosports.com and the Q92 YouTube page.
Looking for a job that's more than just a
And welcome back to Fairless High School, Fred Brideweeser Stadium, as we get you ready for action between Sandy Valley and Fairless. Sandy Valley 5-5 last year, 2-3 in the IVC South. They bring back 11 lettermen, including dual threat junior quarterback Caleb Dubner. Dubner's going to be he's going to be a focal here for them tonight. And for Fairless, 4-7 last year, 1-5 in the Pac-7. They started 5 sophomores and 2 freshmen last season, bringing back 21 lettermen. That's a lot for a school to bring back. That's a lot of experience for you as a coach and as a player to know that, we saw all this time as an underclassman, and now's our time to shine.
Yeah, and you get to grow together. You get to go through those growing pains together, battle through some of those tough losses together, pick each other up. So not only are you growing on the field, you're growing off the field as well together as a football team.
As Sandy Valley now makes their way out on to the field. And Fairless does too. It's that time. It is time for high school football.
Let's go.
And, boy, a beautiful night, too. Little overcast, not too hot, not too cold. I mentioned this, for the first couple weeks of the season. You're going to hear me say this during our games. Watch out for cramps. They creep up. No matter how much conditioning you do, the cramps will always come and get you.
Got to hydrate.
You got to hydrate. Get them orange slices and bananas down there on the sideline, and you're good to go. And forewarning, the white jerseys for Sandy Valley with the gray numbers and letters outlined in red are going to be difficult for me to see tonight. I'm going to let y'all know right now. But sharp uniform, silver helmets with the red cardinal on the side. Fairless, all blue with the white numbers, white stripes, and the white helmets with the F on the side as we get ready for action. Natch Overly, the 5'7" junior, back deep to return the kick. As see him turn. That is kicking off for Fairless. James Robinson, 5'11" junior, and he runs up, and the kickoff is underway. 2025 high school football. Overly takes it at the 7. Across the 25 on the right side. Got a little seam. Makes a man miss across the 30, 35. Finally brought down at the 37-yard line, 38-yard line.
Great job by the wedge on the kickoff return right there. I mean, really getting up, getting their blocks, and I was able to spring him at least for about 20 more yards once he had his first contact.
So 1st and 10 for Sandy Valley. Getting set. Caleb Dubner, 6'3", 170 junior. In at quarterback, ball on the right hash. Sandy Valley moving from right to left. 3 receivers to the wide side left. Single wide out right. Tailback in the pistol formation. Turns,
Looks to his left. Here comes pressure up the center. He's going to roll out to his left. Finds a man open at the 45. Caught and gets down to the 50-yard line. That's Liam Fetty with the reception for Sandy Valley. Gets him down to midfield.
Great job by the quarterback staying alive in the pocket, stepping up through pressure. He was flushed to his left, kept his eyes downfield. It looks like Sandy Valley's trying to go a little hurry up here.
So looking at the wristbands, getting the play. 2 receivers to the wide side right now. 2 receivers to the short left. Ball at the 49-yard line. He's going to turn, hand it off right up the middle, and he's immediately stopped. Coming up and making the tackle for Fairless, Colin Shackle, the big linebacker, 5'10", 190 junior, making the stop at the point of contact line of scrimmage.
Great read by the linebacker. He was downhill right now. He read read, he pulled his trigger, and he was in there in a hurry.
Setting up 2nd and 10, just underway here at Fairless. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Turn, play action. Dubner's going to roll out to his right, drops it off behind the receiver. That will be incomplete, and it'll set up a 3rd and long for Sandy Valley early on.
Yeah, it looks like he's not comfortable in the pocket yet. He's getting a little pressure early, but he's doing a good job keeping his feet moving in the pocket, trying to find an open window. But, you know, I know he'd like to get a little bit cleaner look downfield before he gets his first pressure.
So sets up 3rd and 10, 10:50 left in the first quarter. No score here at Fairless. Dubner setting up in the pistol. 2 receivers to the wide side right, 2 short left. Checking with the sideline, changing the play at the line of scrimmage. Takes the snap, rolling out to his right, looking downfield, throws, got a man open in the seam at the 35, and that's where he is brought down. That is Bo Bernower with the reception for the first down for the Cardinals.
Great job by the running back leading that rollout, and he peeled back at the last second to clean up a late defender, and he was able to get that pass off. Great job, running back.
Yeah, Natcha Overly, the 5'7" junior, stepping up and picking up, rolling out to the right to protect the quarterback. Sets up first down for Sandy Valley, ball on the 34-yard line. 2 receivers to the wide side left, single wide out right, wing on the left side. And straight quarterback run right up the middle from Dubner. Gets across the 25-yard line down to the 24, and he will be just short of the first down.
It looks like Fairless is playing a soft box. They're playing 6 in the box, but playing 5 in coverage. So I think Sandy Valley finally realized that, hey, we can get it up in there if they're going to try to play us with coverage.
And they get back to the line of scrimmage. Empty backfield. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Dubner, this is a good time to take a shot, 2nd and short. Checking with the sidelines. Back to pass. A straight quarterback draw up the middle. He's going to have enough to pick up the first down. And his progress is stopped by, I think, 9 out of the 11 players on the Fairless defense.
Again, they spread them out, softened the box. Now they only have 5 in the box because they went spread, true spread, empty backfield. And so only 5 in the box. You got 5 on 5. Run the quarterback up there and get the first.
And he did. 1st and 10 now at the 22-yard line. 9:20 left in the first quarter. No score here from Fred Broadweiser Stadium. 2 receivers to the left, single wide out right. Turn, handoff over to the left to Overly. Gets across the 20 down to the 17-yard line. And nice gain on first down for Sandy Valley.
Great job in the middle of that offensive line. You saw him collapse that whole right side of the defense down. Good job.
Second and 5 now, ball at the 17-yard line. 8:40 left in the first quarter. 2 receivers to the wide side left, single wide out right, pistol formation. And they're going to toss this one over the left-hand side across the 20, trying to turn it upfield, knocked out of bounds at the 15-yard line. Maybe 3 on the carry, and it'll set up 3rd and short for Sandy Valley inside the red zone.
I like them trying to be aggressive here, especially on the ground game. I mean, they came out, spread everybody out, try to put it in the air, but now the past 5 or 6 plays are going right at them. So I like their attack. I hope they can stick with it because it seems to be working good on the ground for them.
So now inside the RG Drag red zone for Sandy Valley. Late substitution as they send two receivers to the wide side right. Ball on the left hash. Dubner lined up in the pistol, Overly to his right. And he's going to roll to his right. Penalty marker on the play, and Dubner's going to take it and run across the 15-yard line. Dubner gets, looks like he has enough for the first down, but we'll see what the penalty marker is. The officials are discussing about the 20-yard line.
I wonder if they got a legal formation.
And they're going to wave the flag off, so no penalty on the play. That's some good news for Sandy Valley because I think they either picked up the first or were very, very close to. And it's going to be a 4th down, 4th and 1 for Sandy Valley. Ball at the 11-yard line. And they're in the pistol. Overly lining up behind Dubner, and then we're going to have a timeout.
Good call. Good call.
Sandy Valley taking a timeout to talk about it, and we're going to step away and take one as well. No score here in the first quarter. High school football underway with 8:15 left in the first. This is high school football presented by the Sarshone Auto Group on Q92 Radiosports.com.
When the job calls for skill, reliability, and a team that's not afraid to get their hands dirty, call Dirty Hands Excavating. Family owned and operated by Marissa and Brandon Carl, Dirty Hands is a proud IBEW and NECA contractor, bringing you quality work with honest values. So when you want it done right, call the pros who care. Dirty Hands at 330-327-3487. That's 330-327-3487. Dirty Hands, a contractor who doesn't mind getting their hands dirty for a brighter future.
And we are back, 4th and 1, and Sandy Valley runs over the right-hand side, and they're going to pick up the first down inside the 10-yard line. So a big play for the Cardinals to move the chains.
Good old-fashioned QB lead. Get your running back in there as a lead blocker. You follow him, get you a yard or two, move the chains.
So 1st and 10 inside the RG Drag red zone. 7:50 left in the first quarter. A nice long drive for the Cardinals. And they're going to turn. Quarterback rolling out to his left. That's Dubner. He's going to keep it and tuck it across the 10. 5 going towards the pylon and is pushed out of bounds right at the, we're going to mark him out at the 3-yard line.
Again, great job with his legs. That was the first time I saw Fairless bring a mic fire. They brought the mic right up the A-gap. He read it, rolled out to his left, saw he had the lane, and almost scored.
And it sets up a 2nd and 3 now for the Cardinals. Dubner in the shotgun. Overly to his right. And quarterback keeper right up the middle, pushing towards the goal line. And they're going to mark him down. Dubner at the 1-yard line.
QB lead again. QB lead, just get your running back up in there. Get your head on the first linebacker you see, and quarterback tuck and run.
So first, it says first. It's not first. It's third. third and goal from the 1-yard line. I imagine you're going to see the quarterback keep it again right up the middle, but let's see what happens here. And they're going to turn. No, they hand it off to Overly, but a penalty marker, false start
yeah,
against Sandy Valley.
Mm-hmm. I like how Sandy Valley is using that 4th receiver either to come and play wing back or to spread it out and, go to a true trips formation. It seems to be working good both in the run and pass game. A couple of times he's been wide open in the flat. I'm probably going to go to him here pretty soon.
It's good to keep an eye on. I like that. He's scouting from the booth, coach.
Can't help it.
3rd and goal. Back to pass, rolling out to his right. Here comes the pressure. He's got room to run if he wants. He's looking, throwing to the corner of the end zone. And a toe tap for the touchdown.
Nice.
What a catch.
Wow.
Tozy with the touchdown. a great job rolling out. You know, he's a dual threat quarterback, but he kept his eyes downfield the entire time, waited for that linebacker in coverage to step up and just tossed it over his head.
Toss it. You talk about the toe tap. Great concentration by the receiver, getting his feet down.
So a long drive ends in a touchdown for Sandy Valley. The extra point, snap back, hold down, kick is up, and it is good. That is Aiden Douglas who was on to kick for Sandy Valley. And with 6:41 left in the first quarter, the Cardinals take their opening drive and go almost 6 minutes all the way down and put it in for 7. Sandy Valley 7, Fairless nothing. We'll see what Fairless replies when we come back. High school football presented by the Sarshone Auto Group on Q92 Radiosports.com.
From the daily driver, a heavy hauler, to a high-end auto investment, the Sarshone Auto
And welcome back to Fred Brideweeser Stadium in Navarre as Sandy Valley takes the opening drive, goes the length of the field. Well, it goes about 65 yards and puts it in for the first score of the year. First score of the year.
First score of the year. And it was a balanced attack, getting it done on the ground, getting it done through the air. I really like how Sandy Valley came out this game.
And the run-up and the kickoff. Back to return for Fairless at the 5-yard line is Cameron Carl. Carl takes it across the 20. He's got room up the sideline across the 40. Cuts it back 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown Fairless. However, it might be all for naught. The main official, the referee, threw that flag probably about 40 yards.
Hopefully it's a sideline warning because that was a great, great play.
And it must be. They did do the touchdown. It is confirmed. A huge return. What an answer from Cameron Carl, going 95 yards to the house for the score. Fairless with the sideline warning, so the points stay on the board.
And he wasn't touched. That was a great job by the kick return team, getting the hat on the hat, running your feet, clean blocks, hands inside, and he ran the daylight.
Boy, talk about an answer, Coach. That was – and the extra point attempt for the Falcons is blocked. Coming through, I think that's number 32 from Sandy Valley, Caden Sanders, who came right through the left side of that line, the right side of the line, and blocked the extra point. So Sandy Valley staying on top, 6-7.
Special teams are a difference maker. Special teams are the difference maker. That's not a playoff. And 1 point obviously can make a big, big deal in this game. So hopefully it doesn't come back to bite them. But that's why those extra points are so critical.
And we're just going to keep it here for now. We're not going to step away and take a break. I want to ask you, when your defense is out on the field for, 6 minutes to start off the game, that long drive, how is it after a quick score from either special teams or offense for that defense now to, try to, catch their breath and get refocused?
Exactly. After a long drive, if you're a defense, the worst thing you can do is score quick. I mean, obviously you want to score. That's great. But now, like you said, the defense has a quick turnaround. They got to refocus, regroup, figure out how, to stop this air and ground attack that Sandy Valley has done, and they didn't get much time to do it.
And a lot of these guys mentioned, as you talked about earlier, two-way guys playing both offense and defense. So, I mean, technically, if they would have went back out on offense, they wouldn't have got much rest. But it's still, like, from a mental standpoint, knowing that that team just went down and scored on you, you don't have much time to forget about it.
Exactly.
The good news is that you're only down by 1. Kickoff taken out around the 16-yard line. There's a penalty marker on the field, going around the right edge, across the 30, and pushed out of bounds. That was Gino Tozy the 5'11 senior. And we'll see what the penalty marker is. And it looks like it will be against Sandy Valley, so that's going to push them back. I'm guessing a hold, and they will start this drive off at the 21-yard line. So Sandy Valley will break the huddle, send 3 receivers to the wide side left, ball on the right hash, moving from right to left. High snap, Dubner gets it, swings it out into the left flat. That's caught, but he will lose yardage. That's Gino Tozy with the reception in the backfield, and it'll be a loss of 3.
Great job by that cornerback getting off the stock block right there, trying to run a quick bubble pass, and he read it, came up, held his leverage, made a great play.
So second and, they give him a loss of 5 on that play. Second and, now the scoreboard says 4. Second and 14. Ball on the left hash for the Cardinals. They'll send a single wide out to the left. 2 receivers in a wing to the right. Quarterback keeper rolling over to the left side. Gets across the 20, 25, and is knocked out of bounds. Great job coming up and making a hit for Fairless was Zachary Gilkerson, the 6'2", 165 senior, coming up and making a great hit.
Hello. I mean, that knocked him about 10 yards out of bounds. Anytime you get a shot like that on the quarterback, you're licking your chops as a defender.
And it brings up a 3rd and 4 now. Ball on the 27-yard line. I want to talk a little bit throughout the game, too, of the difference between and the efficiency between huddling and, getting the call from the sideline, how Sandy Valley's doing it. As play action, Dubner's going to roll out to his right. He's got a man cutting across on the deep drag, caught at the 40-yard line, and is immediately brought down. First man on the scene, Jack Kirby for Fairless, making the tackle, but Sandy Valley picking up the first down.
Great catch in traffic. I mean, that was great concentration. He was between 2 guys, and he found that ball and came. I thought it was intercepted at first, but a great catch.
Moves them up to the 40-yard line. Ball on the right hash. Dubner in the pistol. Overly behind him. Man in motion now from right to left. Handed off to Overly over the right-hand side. He's going to bounce it out to the edge, and he will pick up around 4 yards before he's knocked out of bounds.
It's one of my favorite plays in football, split zone. Full line's going one way. You bring somebody back across the formation to get them in on line of scrimmage. It creates a natural seam right there in the backside B gap. I love that play.
And they picked up 4 on that one. 2nd and 6 now. Ball on the 44-yard line. 5 minutes left in the first quarter. Fairless 6, Sandy Valley 7. Play action now from Dubner. He's looking. Here comes the pressure up the middle. He's going to take a big sack. Pressure first coming through the line. Peter Snavely, who we haven't had a chance to talk about yet. This young man is getting looks from all over the MAC Conference, Eastern Michigan, Miami of Ohio, and we haven't even seen him play tight end.
Right, he's a dude. And he showed why right there. Finally, Fairless was able to get to him. They've been close all game, but they finally got his hands on him.
And sets up a long 3rd down, 3rd and 17 on the 33. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Dubner in the shotgun. Tailback behind him. Man in motion now from left to right. That's Helwig. And they're going to turn. He's rolling out to his right, looking to the sidelines, throws it through the hands of the intended receiver, Aiden Barfield, and that will be an incompletion and force the punt unit out onto the field.
Yeah, I like the way how they used the motion for the split zone. Then they did the same motion and ran the flood concept where you have 3 guys on the same side of the field on 3 different levels. Quarterback has his choice to read high to low.
So punting now for Sandy Valley. Gino Tozy on to punt, and they've got 2 men back for Fairless. One of them took a touchdown back on their first time touching the ball, and they're going to kick it away from him, and that will go and be fielded by Bronson Brown just around the 30-yard line, and we'll have a chance to see the Sandy Valley offense. Fairless offense. upset Sandy Valley for the first,
Right.
8 minutes. So now we get a chance to look at Jack Kirby in at tailback. And Mikey Ritterbeck in at quarterback, the 5'11", 175-pound junior in there at quarterback for Fairless. They will send two receivers to the left, wing left, single wide out right. Tight end now in motion. That's Snively, man in motion from left to right. Back to passes, Ritterbeck, little wide receiver screen on the left-hand side. Caught at the 30, 35, 40, out to the 40-yard line. And on first down, picking up the first down was Zach Gilkerson.
That was a greatly drawn-out play where you trade the tight end, and from that same side you bring motion. And so now the defense is focused on the other side of the formation. You throw a screen back to your receiver, the side that the motion came from. That was a really good play design.
Pre-play misdirection because you're already thinking that the play is going to end up going to the right, and they go back to the left.
Yep.
1st and 10 for Fairless. Three receivers to the wide side right. Now man in motion. That's Snively from right to left. And quick pitch to the left-hand side, and he will get to the 45-yard line. It was like a chest pass in basketball going to Jack Kirby.
Yeah, pitch, and you motion your stud tight end over there to lead the way. So he's in the alley coming down the safety or cornerback. I don't want to see that guy if I'm safety or cornerback.
Sets up 2nd and 5 now for the Falcons. Ball on the 46. 3 minutes left in the first quarter. Man in motion from left to right. Sends two receivers to the wide side. Ritterbeck in the shotgun. He will drop back to pass. Play action. Now he's got to roll out to his right. He's looking, had a man open. Now he's going to tuck it and run. Gets across the 50. Picks up the first down before he's knocked out of bounds. And a late flag coming in from the back judge.
Great heads-up play by the quarterback.
We'll see if I imagine this is going against the Falcons. Personal foul. So that's going to push Fairless back 15 yards. With 2:43 left in the first quarter, Fairless 6, Sandy Valley 7, and that pushes them back now 2nd and looks like 2nd and 15.
Yep.
From the 37-yard line. Ritterbeck breaks the huddle. Kirby behind him. Two receivers on the right. Rolling out to his left. Ritterbeck, he steps, turns, finds Snavely out into the left across the 40. And breaking, kind of defender holding on for dear life as he makes his way down to the 49-yard line. And it'll set up 3rd and short. So a great play on 2nd down to get them back into range and pick up the first.
Very manageable 3rd down situation. Great job just keeping an eye on the flat. You see your tight end pop open late. He's your star guy. Give it to him.
So big 3rd down here for the Falcons, just almost at midfield. And they're going to come in and they're going to stack everybody up. Big formation in there, turn, toss to the left, getting over the tackle and picking up the first down. That was Keaton Belcher with the carry and a first down for the Fairless Falcons.
Great job on the pitch. Like you said, you stack it up, you make it think like they're about to hit it up between tackle, you pitch it outside, you get 2 yards, you move the chains. Good job coming back from that penalty.
So across midfield, 1st and 10 for Fairless. Trips bunch to the short side left, single wide out all by himself by the numbers on the right. Ritterbeck looks to the left, another wide receiver screen, caught, makes a man miss across the 45, out to the 40, and falls down at the 39-yard line. That was Cameron Carl.
Yeah, if you have trips to the short side of the field and you only have 2 defenders over there, you got numbers. So it was a good job recognizing that in the coverage, either by the scheme or by the quarterback, and making a positive play.
2nd and 1 for Fairless. They're going to go with their big formation again. Little offset eye, and Bobble on the handoff. The ball is on the ground, and I think Sandy Valley was on top of it. But looks like a player from Fairless was fighting for it and comes away with it. Mikey Ritterbeck gets in there and rips the ball away from the defender for Sandy Valley, and they keep possession.
Way to stay scrappy in the bottom of the pile. Good job. Good job.
Yeah, they brought the fullback over and tried to get it to him, to Keaton Belcher, and a little miscommunication there, and great job from Mikey Ritterbeck getting in there and fighting for that football.
Looked like the quarterback may have opened the wrong way.
Oh, reversed
out. Yeah, reversed out the wrong way.
So 3rd and 1. Ritterbeck in the shotgun. Multiple tight ends in there now, and they're going to turn. Hand this one over the left side. And enough to pick up the first down is Jack Kirby. And that's all you needed right there. Move the chains and keep the drive alive.
That's it. Stay on the ground. Good old-fashioned G play. You pull your guard front side, one puller. He's blocking the alley guy. Your tight end's leading up to seal the edge. You got numbers.
So moving the chains, 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. 40 seconds left in the first quarter. Fairless 6, Sandy Valley 7. 2 receivers to the right, and they're going to turn. Hand this one to Kirby over the left-hand side. He's across the 30. Makes another man miss across the 20, and he will fight all the way down and pushed out of bounds right around the 12 or 13-yard line inside the RG Drag red zone.
Like good old counter. You know, you got 2 guys. One guy's kicking out the line of scrimmage. The other guy's the eyeball. He's going up in the hole, taking first color. So you got 2 guys pulling to the strong side. Great execution.
Cleveland 4, Cleveland 6. That's what we called it. That was one of my favorite plays because I was the kick-out guy.
Yes, sir.
You always got a clean shot on that defensive end. So 1st and 10. Ritterbeck turns, hands it off to Kirby over to the left. He's bouncing it outside, gets to the numbers, turns upfield, and gets inside the 5-yard line, and will set up 2nd and 1. They can still pick up the first down if they need to. But a great job getting to the edge.
Great job. Again, you had 2 pullers leading the way. I can't tell if that was G or if that was counter, but you had 2 guys pulling, and they did a great job.
And that's going to be the end of the first quarter here in Fairless, with Sandy Valley leading 7-6. We're going to step away and take a break. Second quarter action when we come back. This is high school football presented by the Sarshone Auto Group on Q92 Radiosports.com.
High school football exemplifies the true meaning of teamwork. At Friends and Family Credit Union, our team of local friendly professionals offer the same true spirit for our members with a wide array of products from Contact RG Drag to find a program and career that's the perfect fit for you. RG Drag, where careers begin.
And start of the second quarter here in Fairless, and they're going to hand this off on an end around, and that's going to be immediately stopped in the backfield, and a late penalty coming in. That'll be a false start on Fairless, so that's going to push them back 5 yards inside the RG Drag red zone.
Yeah, they try to do the same thing where they trade the tight end and then motion the guy behind them and just didn't give the motion guy time to get set.
So that will push them back to the 9-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 7 from the 9. And again, Fairless huddling up. What's the advantage, disadvantage of huddling as to calling to the sidelines?
Well, one, it allows you as a offensive coordinator or offense to kind of see how the defense is adjusting, and you can make your adjustments. Plus, it gives you time to breathe and get on the same page as an offense.
So ball on the left hash for Fairless. 2 receivers to the short side. Fairless now moving from right to left. And we will have a timeout on the field. So we saw Sadie Valley on their opening touchdown take a timeout deep inside the red zone, kind of get things. But you hate to see that, coming out of the end of the first quarter, you're starting the second quarter, you get a penalty,
right,
and then you have to call a timeout.
Right.
Kind of frustrating as a coach.
It is. When you have that momentum going, you're in the rhythm, and then, like you said, you have a change of quarter. You got a little rhythm. Now you get a penalty. You got to take a timeout. So just got to calm down, catch your breath, get on the same page, call here and execute.
There you go. So we've got no plays run in the second quarter yet. As Fairless breaks their huddle, trying to take the lead after Sandy Valley takes the opening drive, about 65 yards and scores. Fairless returns the ensuing kickoff for a 95-yard return and then missed the extra point. It gets us to where we are at right now. Fairless on the left hash, man in motion from left to right. That's Carl. Ritterbeck in the shotgun. He's going to roll out to his right. He's looking into the flat, dumps it underneath, and that is incomplete, intended for Snavely. That's a hard throw, rolling out to your right, trying to throw back across your body.
Definitely a hard throw to make. I think he had a little bit of room. Maybe he could try to tuck it, but hey, if he thought he had the window, take the window.
And great pressure from the defensive line for Sandy Valley, who was on Ritterbeck's heels, trying to run him down. Sets up a big third down, 3rd and 7 on the 9. They can still get the first. Empty backfield for Ritterbeck. 2 receivers short right. He's back to pass. He's looking to his left. Throws the fade into the corner, and it is dropped. Great job defending from Natch Overly from Sandy Valley. I thought for sure Belcher had that reception. Excuse me, that wasn't Belcher. That was Kirby. I thought he had that, and Overly came with that over-the-top move and just knocked it out.
Beautiful throw. Great job by the defender the last second, getting his hand in there to jolt that ball.
And sets up 4th down. Fairless will leave the offense out onto the field. Again, they can still pick up the first down. It is 4th and 7 from the 9. Ritterbeck in the shotgun. Kirby lined up behind him. 2 receivers to the wide side right. I'd look for Snavely if I was here. And they're going to roll out to his right. Ritterbeck's got room. Throws to the back of the end zone. Up and waiting for the call. They're going to roll it incomplete. Boy, it looked like his foot came down inbounds. Cameron Carl climbed 2 stories and tried to bring that one down.
Man, I thought he had it.
When he jumped, his momentum kind of took him towards out of bounds, and he tried to tap the heel as he fell. He must have just missed it.
I mean, from here it looked beautiful.
So a defensive stand from Sandy Valley in the RG Drag red zone, forcing the turnover on downs for Fairless. And the Cardinals will come out with their offense, 1st and 10 at the 7-yard line. 11:44 left in the first half. Coming up at halftime, we'll touch on some stats, and we'll get some news from Jeff Mears and talk a little bit about all the action coming up tomorrow. We got 7 more games for you tomorrow on the Q92 Sports Network. Sandy Valley with the first play of the drive, handing it off over the right-hand side to Natch Overly, and he will get to the 10-yard line, so a pickup of 1 until he's brought down, and it'll set up 2nd down.
Yeah, he tried to bounce it outside, and usually doesn't work out too well. The play's supposed to hit inside the hole, cram up in there, get what you can get. When you try to string it to the sideline, you get pursuit chance to get downhill and get to you.
North and south.
Keep
it north and south. So 2nd and 9 for Sandy Valley, and they throw a little whip route to the right side, and that will fall incomplete, intended for Gino Tosi.
That was great coverage right there by number 3. I mean, he was on his heels. He jumped the ball at the right time, got his hand out there. Beautiful coverage.
And a long 3rd down now for Sandy Valley with 11 minutes left in the half. 3rd and 9 at the 10-yard line. If you're Fairless, you really need to stop here. You had that nice long drive and came up empty, so a big defensive stand here would really help switch that momentum back into your favor. So shotgun formation. And they fumbles the snap and has to just jump on it at the 6-yard line. So you have to imagine the punt unit for Sandy is going to come out onto the field right now.
That is huge for Fairless, especially just coming off that deflating drive. Hopefully they can get the ball in the short field, and they can, and on their mind, get some points back on that board.
So a quick series for Sandy Valley, and the punt unit comes out onto the field, back deep to return for Fairless. As the punt comes from the end zone, end-over-end kick headed towards Mikey Ritterbeck back to return the punt. And he's just going to take it and slide down and give Fairless good field position. 1st and 10 at the Sandy 35.
Great field position. I really thought that they were going to try to come after that punt. Usually if the team's backed up inside their own 5-yard line, the defense will put the punt block unit on and try to get one at the back of the end zone.
Yeah, it looked like Cameron Carl came off that left edge, kind of just keeping an eye on it. I think if he would have went full go, he'd have had a good shot at it, but he was just kind of protecting that edge.
Yep.
Yeah. So 1st and 10 for Fairless, empty backfield for Ritterbeck. Snavely now moves from right to left side, now made a motion, and they will hand it off to Carl over to left on the end around. He's across the 30 down to the 25-yard line. A beautiful play for Fairless to open up this drive.
That's it. You motion your star tight end, you run behind them. Rocket science.
And last time they ran that play, they did the same thing and threw the wide receiver screen to the other side.
Yep.
Yeah, so you got your defense seeing the same formation, same motion, and you're just working in different aspects of it.
Yep. Good offense to stack each other on top of their plays. It's a really good scheme.
1st and 10 for Fairless at the 25. Two receivers to the right, tight right. Ritterbeck by himself, man in motion now from left to right. He's going a false start. And that'll be against Fairless. So it's a couple times now they've had these motion plays where you've had guys move early.
And now it's about to be Q counter, and they had numbers too. They had numbers.
And it looks too for Fairless like a lot of what you see is off of motion. Almost every single play, there's someone moving either from right to left or left to right. A lot of times we've seen two guys do it. And to have these penalties when that's like a key staple of your offense has to be frustrating.
Kinks of week 1.
So shotgun for Ritterbeck, lined up to his left, and they're going to run left over the 30-yard line. And Ritterbeck just keeps it himself, picks up a couple, and it will set up a 2nd and 12 now with 9:20 left in the first half.
Looks like Fairless has found something in their run game. They're doing a lot more gap scheme where they're blocking down front side and pulling guys from the backside to come kick out and wrap. So whether it was the running back, I saw the quarterback a couple of times, even the wing back, it looks like they're going to a gap scheme.
We'll keep an eye on that as they go empty and send 4 receivers in a diamond to the left. Ritterbeck with the wide receiver screen to Carl. Carl looking to cut it back inside, getting across the 20, inside the RG Drag red zone, down to the 12-yard line. Great screen for Fairless to pick up a nice chunk of yards and make it 3rd and manageable.
Yeah, if you put quads into the boundary, into the short side, something's coming. And he got three blockers out in front of you. Go make a play.
Yeah, and it gave him room. The lane opened up for him to cut it back and gives him more field to work with. So big 3rd down for Fairless. Ritterbeck, he's going to keep it himself over the left-hand side across the 15, and he will pick up the 1st down and keep this drive alive in the RG Drag red zone.
Yep, again, Q counter. Using the running back to kick the front side, pulling the backside guard, wrapping up the side for the eyeball. It's a good scheme. They haven't stopped it so far, so I keep running it too.
And sets up 1st and 10. Ritterbeck by himself. And there's the motion from Snavely from right to left. And now man in motion is Carl, and another false start against Fairless.
The kinks of week 1. You got to iron them out.
So that'll push them back 5 yards and take them to the 18. It'll be 1st and 15 now with 8 minutes left in the half.
Inside the 10-yard line, inside the 5. And a touchdown.
I don't see much adjusting from the defense when they have motion. I mean, I see the linebackers bump, but I really don't see safeties rocking and rolling or guys traveling. So I'm anxious to see if Sandy Valley is going to make an adjustment to these motions.
And there's Carl in motion from left to right, and another false start on Fairless. I mean, at this point, if you're Coach Sarbaugh, do you go to the official and be like, what is going on so I can fix it? Who is doing it? And what is it that is happening?
Oh, he knows. Trust me. Coach Sarbaugh knows exactly. Who's jumping off when?
So now it's 1st and 20. They have moved outside of the RG Drag red zone. Seems like 3 minutes have gone past on the game clock, and we've just moved back 10 yards and haven't run a play.
Right. They start with this great field position, and they keep moving back.
So here we go. 1st and 20 on the 23. Carl in motion from left to right. They hand it off to him. He's going to have nowhere to go and dances around, trying to make something happen. Finally gets north and south and gets across the 15-yard line. So a play that looked doomed from the start.
That was all him. that was
him.
Hey, like they say in the league, be your own best blocker, and he was on that play.
Yeah, Cameron Carl, the 5'9", 170-pound senior, just making stuff happen there and making it 2nd down and 12 from the 15-yard line for the Fairless Falcons. Fairless trailing Sandy Valley 6-7. And the offense trying to get on the scoreboard for Fairless, as special teams has done that already here today. Ritterbeck in the shotgun. He's back to pass. He's looking to his left, looking to his flat. He's got room to run right up the middle. Found the parting of the Red Seas and into the end zone for the score. A 15-yard touchdown run from Mikey Ritterbeck.
Great vision. He saw the middle of the field open like the Red Sea, and he put his foot in put his foot in the turf, and he went north and south.
So Fairless, after having those penalties, taking them back, an additional 10 yards, take 2 plays then to get into the end zone and take the lead for the first time here tonight. And they will keep the offense onto the field after missing having the extra point blocked on their first score, trying to make it a 7-point game.
I like the call.
And they send 3 receivers to the right. This is the area where I'd look for Peter Snavely. As Ritterbeck's empty in the backfield. He's back to pass. He's going to look, and a little slant route on the left-hand side to Aiden Wise. And that puts Fairless up by 7 with 6:21 left in the first quarter.
Wow, that was a beautiful scheme. The inside receiver ran a slant, took the eyes of the outside linebacker and the safety, and then the outside receiver ran a slant. When he broke across the corner's face, he was wide open. Great job.
So Sandy Valley with great field position going 35 yards into the end zone for the score and taking the lead. And we will step away and take a break. This is high school football presented by the Sarshone Auto Group on Q92 Radiosports.com.
Looking for a job that's
And welcome back to Fairless High School as the Falcons have taken the lead. They now lead 14-7 with 6:21 remaining in the first half. And Coach Hall, if you're Sandy Valley, your last offensive possession didn't really pan out on a 3-and-out. What are your goals now for this next drive?
Well, I want to hold the ball for a little bit. I'm going to try to get reestablished in my run game. That worked great. But to open that up, they spread it out, had a couple perimeter passes, and opened the run game up for them.
And kickoff taken with a full head of speed, getting out to the 28-yard line and getting absolutely leveled by Keaton Belcher, who comes up and makes a huge hit on the kickoff.
Oh, he had him in his sight hairs the whole time. You saw it, and it was a great job. Great open field tackle, picture perfect.
So that'll give Sandy Valley the football, 1st and 10 at the 29, 6:15 left in the first half. Fairless leads 14-7. Sandy opening it up, 3 receivers to the wide left, single wide out right. Back to pass, throwing out to his left. Caught at the 25 and getting nowhere. Losing a couple yards was Jack Kirby. So not the result that Sandy Valley wanted to open up this drive.
Right. Well, you try to run a bubble screen to the wide side of the field, but neither one of your receivers hold their block on the stock block, and so they just left them out to dry a little bit. So we'll see how they come back off of that play.
And if you're Fairless, you want to try to get a 3-and-out as quick as you can and get the ball back and try to score before half because you get the ball coming out of halftime.
And you got all the momentum right now. You got all the momentum.
So ball on the left hash, 3 receivers to the wide side right. And we're going to have a straight run over the left-hand side by Dubner. And he will pick up a few. Clock will continue to run as he stayed in bounds. 5:20 now left in the first half. And it'll be 3rd and 8 from the 31 for Sandy.
Great job, too, by that boundary safety. I mean, as soon as he read that play, he came from depth, and he almost made the tackle at the line of scrimmage. That was a great read by the safety.
I think that is Ontrell Hunter over there for Fairless. So big 3rd down. I've said big 3rd down a lot. But
there's a lot of them.
They're all big 3rd downs every time you get to a 3rd down. Dubner looking to pass, rolling out to his right. Here comes pressure. Now he reverses direction and throws it down to the 45-yard line, and that'll be incomplete. Tozy was the intended receiver, and the clock will stop with 4:49 left in the half in the punting unit for Sandy Valley coming back out onto the field.
And he had pressure almost as soon as he got the ball. I mean, that was a great job by the defense, making them uncomfortable in the pocket. That was a long developing play. He had middle crossers off the 2 inside receivers from opposite sides of the field. That's a long developing play, and it didn't get a chance to get off the ground.
And we've got 2 return men now back deep for Fairless. Cameron Carl's back there, and I believe Jack, I can't see the number on the far side. And a bad snap on the punt. Just gets it away. A low kick. And that's going to take a nice bounce through the legs of Carl. He'll pick it up at the 25. Makes a man miss across the 30. 35. He's got room down the sideline. Still on his feet. All the way to midfield. And a late flag comes in. What a return from Cameron Carl.
That's a dangerous man. Stop kicking to him. Stop kick away from him.
Man, oh, man. He took the first time Fairless touched the football, 95 yards for a score, and that's against Sandy Valley. That's a face mask, and that's going to continue to push them across midfield now, all the way down to the Sandy Valley 35-yard line. So talk about momentum and field position. That ball was down here at like
he had
the
a great
20-yard
roll.
line.
I mean, the punt was sure, but had a great roll. Looks like they started around the 35, 40. It's all the way on the other 40 right now.
So Carl making stuff happen on special teams, giving Fairless great field position. 4:34 left in the first half. Ritterbeck will send 3 receivers to the right, 2 receivers to the left. So they go empty on the left hash. Back to pass and a whistle. And is that a timeout?
Because they were not set in the secondary. The cornerback to the wide side of the field either didn't get the call, but he was definitely confused.
So that is a timeout on the field. And this timeout is brought to you by Friends and Family Credit Union. It's time to bring a friend into the family. So, Coach, we started a conversation earlier about the differences between, huddling and, using the wristband. Do you feel like as a offensive coach, when you are in the huddle, it's easier to communicate back and forth, or is it just that you send the guy in and that's it? That's what you're going with?
Well, no matter what system you use to communicate, you practice to perfect that, right? I think it's more about ball control, being able to dictate specifically what you're trying to do. And usually if you're going up tempos because you're a smaller team, you don't have much size to move guys up front.
Makes sense. And Ritterbeck's going to take the snap now on first down. Raw to his right. He's going to loft one up downfield and through the hands of the defender and the receiver. Both guys had a shot at that ball, but it falls incomplete, and it'll bring up second down for Fairless.
It seemed like nobody wanted to catch that ball. Like they both had opportunities to come down with
it. It looked like they both timed it right too.
Right.
So you want to catch it at the peak, and both guys were up. And
both high pointed it. Yeah, looked good.
So 2nd and 10 for Fairless. 4:26 left in the first half. 2nd and 10 at the Sandy 35. 2 wings in the game now for Fairless. And they're going to hand this one off over the right-hand side. That's Buechler, and the ball is on the ground. And Sandy Valley recovers the fumble. So talk about momentum and how everything was going Fairless's way, and trying to score before half. Sandy now has a chance to tie it before half. Wow.
The quarterback and the cornerback defensively.
So it'll be Sandy Valley football, 1st and 10 on the 31-yard line with 4:18 left in the half.
Kind of stems the tide, and look at the shifting momentum.
So Sandy now has a chance to go into halftime with this thing all knotted up. 4:18 left. Dubner in the shotgun. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. He's rolling out to his right, throws it into the flat over the intended receiver. That was he was looking for number 7, Graham Lewis there. And it'll set up 2nd and 10 now for Sandy.
It just seems like they haven't been in the same rhythm offensively since that first drive.
Well, you know what? They ran the football a lot in that opening drive, too. They kept it on the ground. They did a mix of handing it off to I lost his name.
Overly?
Yes,
yep.
There it is. Natch Overly. And then mixing it in with running from Dubner. And now they've tried to throw it a little bit. This time to Overly over the right. And he will pick up 6 or 7 and put them in 3rd and short. But late flag coming in. And we'll see who this goes against.
4:05 in the second quarter, and Fairless leading 14-7.
I saw a offensive lineman from Sandy Valley come flying through there, but it might be against Fairless. And that's what everyone's pointing that way. And it is.
Wow, okay.
Looks like it was a late hit on Fairless. So that pushes the ball across midfield for Sandy Valley. 1st and 10 with 4:04 left in the half.
Great field position.
And 48 yards to tie this thing up for them going into halftime. Don't forget, coming up at half, we're going to check in with Jeff Mears and get some halftime news. We'll talk about some of the games coming up tomorrow. We've got 7 games lined up for you on the first Friday of 2025 for high school football. And false start, maybe? And it is. False start on Sandy Valley. So both schools seem to be suffering a little bit from men in motion and having a false start come off of that.
Yep, you always see the first couple of weeks, a lot of false starts, a lot of defensive offsides, some holdings. Again, getting in the rhythm of playing the full 4 quarters, full game, running your full playbook. It's a lot.
Now, as a coach, when does that say, all right, enough's enough already? How many weeks do you get before you're like, all right, I'm not giving you a break anymore? It's not week 1 or 2, or
you never give them a break, but you're a little more understanding week 1 and 2.
So Dubner with 3 receivers to the left. Here comes pressure up the middle. He's going to roll out to his right, looking downfield, looking nowhere to go. He's going to tuck it and runs out of bounds at the 49-yard line. So maybe picking up 2 on the carry. And it'll set up a 2nd and 13 for Sandy Valley. And we are 3 minutes, 3:08 left in the first half.
Both times, Fairless to send that Mike Fire up the A gap. They seem to get home. I mean, great job late by that running back picking it up, but he still got flushed out the pocket. So if I Fairless, I'm still bringing heat.
So Dubner in the shotgun, man in motion. That's Tozy from right to left. Rolling out to his left is Dubner. He's looking downfield. He's throwing this one deep, and it is almost intercepted. What great defense from Ontrell Hunter. We mentioned him earlier. That was a heck of a recovery from Hunter.
That was a great job staying in phase. He didn't panic. He stayed on his hip, and on his turn, he saw the ball and made a play. He almost came down with it.
Yeah, I think he had it in his hands, and the receiver, Aiden Barfield, was kind of just tugging at it right there at the end. But, man, what a great defensive play. And Sandy Valley taking a shot that didn't pan out, sets up a 3rd and 13 with 2:59 left in the half. Fairless leads 14-7 over Sandy Valley. 3 receivers to the right. Dubner rolling out to his left, and then screen back to the right and over the head of the receiver. That was intended for Natch Overly. And I get the feeling that if Butcher would have knew the ball was coming, he'd have been into the house because he read that perfectly.
He did, and there was nobody back there. So, yeah, if he just peeks, he sees that ball, he's going the other way.
And it forces a 4th down now, 4th and 13 from the 49. Sandy Valley with the punting unit out onto the field. And I got to tell you, with the sun setting and from where I'm standing and it's shining on the field, man, it just looks beautiful out here.
Friday night lights.
So the punt will bounce at the 20 and take a Fairless roll down to the 23, where they will take over 1st and 10 now. And talk about, momentum swings back and forth. This is a couple times now that the Fairless defense has come out and gotten the stops when they needed to get the offense back onto the field and have a chance to go up by 2 scores before going in a half.
Definitely, and definitely getting some help from penalties. But, the Fairless defense is doing a good job of bend, don't break, and they seem to be getting more comfortable as the game goes on.
So Mikey Ritterbeck lines up in the backfield. Sail back to his left. 3 receivers to the wide side. The ball on the right hash. Ritterbeck rolling out to his left. And, again, that's a long throw to make, too, from, close to that right hash to the sideline. Falls incomplete, intended for Gilkerson.
That was the first time I saw the safeties split levels. I mean, the whole game they've been running a 2-high shell, 2 safeties back. That time the snap of the ball, they rolled the strong safety in the middle of the box as like an extra linebacker and kind of rolled to a 1 or 3 coverage.
And if they would have, if Gilkerson would have caught that, he had room to run. There was nobody over there in that flat. Mm-hmm. So it was a good play design, just did not execute, setting up the 2nd and 10. And they'll send 2 receivers to the right, tight right, 2 to the left. And now Snavely moves from right to left in motion, ball on the right hash. And here comes Carl in motion. They're going to fake it to him. Ritterbeck's going to keep it and run right up the middle. He'll pick up 3 and get to the 25. And this will set up a 3rd down. And the officials blowing the whistle, stopping the clock at 2:32. And they're going to reset the play clock. Interesting why they they did that. I couldn't see it. But it sets up a 3rd and 7 now, 2:20 left in the first half. Ball on the 25-yard line. Boy, if you're Sandy Valley and you can get a stop here, this would be really good going into halftime.
Huge.
Man in motion now from left to right. That's Carl with Ritterbeck in the shotgun. He's back to pass. Looking. He's going to lob this one deep, and he's got a man, and it falls incomplete. Great defense from Sandy Valley. See who that was number 2. That was Gino Tosi making a great defensive play because the receiver had room down the sidelines.
He had him beat. And, if that ball wasn't underthrown, he had 2 steps on the guy.
So now Fairless brings the punting unit back onto the field. Both defenses seem to have kind of relaxed a little bit and gotten to the swing of things and have been playing really well now as we have another punt out onto the field. Peter Snavely in to punt for Fairless. And he booms this one, end over end kick, fair catch called for, and he muffed it, and it looks like Fairless has the football, and they do. Hunter Dean going down on the punt coverage, and he recovers the muff punt. It'll be Fairless football at the 43-yard line.
And momentum shifts again.
It's a game of swings. It's what's the Mike Tyson quote? When you get punched in the face, I forget how it goes. Do you remember it?
Oh, well, no. He said everybody has a plan until they come out and get punched in the face.
We got a bunch of punches going back and forth. We do. They got the plan. They're like, all right, we're going to get this. We're going to go down and score before half. Nope. Ritterbeck drops back to pass. 1st and 10 for Fairless. Throws it over into the right sideline. And I don't think he's able to keep his feet inside. That'll be incomplete. That was, Riley Earhart.
I wonder if what you said earlier about how, the sun is setting and now, the visual is changing, the lights are on. I wonder if that has something to do with the muff punt because, you're out here in the daytime catching it, but then the sun starts to set, shadows, everything looks different on the field.
Yeah, that was a high punt too, and he had time. He had a clear wave, was underneath it.
Yep.
It might have been one of those things too where you start to run before you have the football, looking to see where you're going to go once you get it. Yeah. Second down for Fairless. 3 receivers, trips bunch to the right. Ritterbeck back to pass, and they're going to go to the wide receiver screen to Carl. Carl's got room across the 35, down to the 30, and picking up the first down for Fairless with 1:35 left in the half. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
That was a beautifully set up screen, especially by the offensive line, inviting the defensive end upfield, giving them that brush look, slapping them on the upfield shoulder, being able to release into the screen.
Resulted in a first down for Fairless at the 30. Ritterbeck in the shotgun, 2 tight ends in here now. And they're going to turn. Ritterbeck rolling out to his left. And he's going to tuck it and run. And he will be caught from behind and brought down. Nice tackle from Caden Sanders, and Ritterbeck limping a little bit as he gets up and walks over to the sidelines. And we're going to have a timeout from Fairless. This timeout is brought to you by Friends and Family Credit Union. It's time to bring a friend into the family. All right, Coach, we got 1:10 left. Obviously, if you're Fairless, you're trying to score here, but you don't want to immediately start throwing the football.
Right, you don't want to turn the ball over.
Correct. Yeah.
The biggest thing is you want to take care of the ball. You have plenty of time. You can run your whole playbook. You have your timeouts. So right now, I'm just taking what the defense gives me. If I get another first down, now I'm thinking of taking a shot on 1st or 2nd down.
Fairless breaks the huddle. They'll send 3 receivers to the wide side right. Ritterbeck in the shotgun. Jack Kirby lined up to his right. Single wide out left. Ritterbeck rolling out to his right. Looking over to the flat. Wide open to Snavely. That is caught by Gilkerson. And he makes a man miss and gets upfield. And finally goes out of bounds after picking up the first down all the way to the 13 with 1:01 left in the game. Or not in the game, in the first half. Time flies when you're having fun.
Yes, it does.
1:01 left in the first half. Fairless now inside the RG Drag red zone. So 1st and 10. Ball on the right hash. 2 receivers in tight right. And they move Kirby to the left. Snavely moves from right to left at tight end. Now here comes Carl from right to left. And a false start on Fairless. Oh, offsides on Sandy Valley.
Huh. That's a change.
so used to the false start when they send those 2 men in motion, but offsides on Sandy Valley. And then that will move Fairless down to the 9-yard line with 1 minute left in the half.
1 minute.
So Fairless breaks the huddle. Trips bunch short, close to the left. Single wide out right. Ritterbeck, he fakes that pitch they ran earlier. He's got a man open, 2 men open, and they ran into one another. That was Kaesler and Snavely, who were both in the same spot. Both of them were uncovered, but they were covered by each other.
Right. I think it looks like one of them didn't get deep enough. It looks like they were trying to run, across and then across the back, but it just looked like they were running the same spot. So spacing, again, week 1, stuff you got to work through as an offense.
Yeah, like a level route. You had one guy run intermediate, one short. I thought they were going to go to Carl. Carl leaked out in the flat and was open, but Ritterbeck was still rolling out to his right. 3 receivers now to the left. Now Snavely moves from left to right. Quick pitch to the right-hand side to Kirby. Kirby puts his foot in the ground, gets north and south, and into the end zone for the touchdown.
Same exact play they scored on the other drive. You motion. Oh, no, they got a big first down on that. You motion your tight end. He blocks the alley. Anything coming down from that safety position, it doesn't stand a chance.
And I think, too, a lot of times you'll see running backs always try to bounce it out. Even if it's not there, they want to try to get to the edge. Kirby did a great job there. He looked to bounce it out. It wasn't there.
Exactly.
And he tried to just pick up what he could, and a little seam opened up, and he snuck right through.
Great vision.
And the extra point is up and through the uprights. And Fairless takes a 2-score lead, 21-7, with 48 seconds left in the first half. So Fairless finally able to put a long sustained drive together there after, a couple drives of having a punt or penalties or fumbles, and putting a good touchdown drive together, giving the 2-score lead as we get ready. It's almost halftime.
It's almost halftime. And, I mean, just for them to be able to go down and methodically move the ball, got a couple gifts with penalties, but they were to capitalize on it. And so good job again. It happened in the run. Good things happen when you pound the ball. Both sides have been trying to do it. Seems like Fairless is figuring out how to get a little bit of rhythm when they're not getting penalties, but they're controlling things up front and on the ground.
And I think that's something that really stuck out to me in this first half. Both teams have had penalties. Both teams have had mistakes. But even when Fairless was having all those false starts, they were able to get out of it, and they were still able to get points at the end of that drive. When Sandy Valley seems to get the penalties, it ends up stalling their drive. They're not able to overcome that adversity the way that Fairless has in this first half.
Yep.
So on to kickoff for Fairless is Jameis Robinson. And back deep for Sandy Valley, I believe that's Gino Tosi. And the run-up and the kick. A squib kick will roll, and then finally just fallen on at the 24-yard line.
Smart. Keep on the ground. They'll give a chance for a big play before half. Let them get back the momentum before half. I think the squib kick was a great call there.
And if you're Sandy Valley, do you come out and just take a knee and go into halftime, or are you going to run a play or two and see what comes from these first couple plays and then decide?
Yeah, I mean, if I'm down 2 scores, I'm going to try to at least try to steal one before half. I'm not going to get crazy, but I'm going to see if we can move the ball.
So here we go with Dubner in the shotgun, 3 receivers to the wide side left. He's going to roll out to his left and lob this near the sideline. That's caught out to the 35-yard line. So picking up the first down, getting out of bounds, stopping the clock. Only 5 seconds ran off the clock after that play. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 34. They marked him out of bounds with 42 seconds left.
That was a good safe concept. You're running flood to the sidelines. You get the ball, get out of bounds. That's a safe concept in this situation.
Dubner now rolling out to his right from the left hash. He's keeping his eyes downfield. He's going to try to take off and run, and he's not going to get anywhere. Chase Hellwig staying home, making a great open field tackle on the elusive quarterback, and the clock is going to continue to run. So I think Sandy Valley is okay with just seeing what happens here and maybe running one more play, lobbing one downfield, or if they've got some trickery. It's so early, though. You don't want to pull out your bag of tricks and win.
Not yet.
So Dubner back to pass, setting up the wide receiver screen over to the left-hand side, and not able to get out of bounds was Overly, and that's going to run out the clock in the first half. The Fairless Falcons 21, the Sandy Valley Cardinals 7. Coach, first half kind of quickly. We'll dive into it a little bit more towards the end of halftime, but what was your take on the first half? If you're Sandy Valley going into the locker room right now and you're Coach Brian Gamble, what are you telling your guys to try to, keep them in spirits at halftime?
Yeah, well, one, we can't shoot ourselves in the foot when we get things going. We can't have things like penalties, especially late penalties after the play, because that's just going to negate our chances to score. Obviously, we have to establish ourselves in the run game. After the first drive, they really haven't been able to sustain drives, and that comes because they haven't been able to get it done on the ground. So I'm trying to figure out either by formations, by motions, how can we get the run game going?
All right, and if you're Coach Sarbaugh, you're up 2 scores, telling your guys, let's just keep doing what we're doing, because if they get rid of those little mistakes, those false starts, this could be a totally different first half.
Totally. I mean, I think after that first drive, you really saw Fairless settle in defensively. Offensively, they have a great scheme right now where they're they're moving their star tight end around, either running behind him or throwing back away from him. And Sandy Valley hasn't stopped it yet. So I'd stick with what I'm doing.
All right, we're going to step away and take a break, and then we're going to send it straight back to the Q92 newsroom and get the news from Jeff Mears, and we will then bring it back here and get you some first half information and talk a little bit about the slate of games we got coming back for you tomorrow night on the Q92 Sports Network. Score 7 tomorrow night, first Friday of the season. Can't believe it's here already. It's high school football. Halftime score here from Fairless. The Falcons 21, the Cardinals 7. This is high school football presented by the Sarshone Auto Group on Q92 Radiosports.com and the Q92 YouTube channel.
When the job calls for skill, reliability, and a team that's not afraid to get their hands dirty, call Dirty Hands Excavating. Family owned and operated by Marissa and Brandon Carl, Dirty Hands is a proud IBEW and NECA contractor, bringing you quality work with honest values. So when you want it done right, call the pros who care. Dirty Hands at 330-327-3487. That's 330-327-3487. Dirty Hands, a contractor who doesn't mind getting their hands dirty for a brighter future.
At Bank of Magnolia, we have a lot more than money invested in this community. We've invested our time, our interest, our heritage. We were born here and have been an important part of this community for 125 years. That's why we can offer financial services that truly meet your needs. If you're looking for financial advice for the best rates, look to us at 3221 Cleveland Avenue Southwest in Canton. We're ready to help you grow your business or your family, and that will help this community grow as well. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
From the daily driver, a heavy hauler, to a high-end auto investment, the Sarshone Auto Group is one of Northeast Ohio's leaders with 6 locations: Sarshone Ford in Alliance and Randolph, Sarshone Chevrolet in Randolph and Garrettsville, Sarshone Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Dalton, and the Sarshone Auto Gallery in North Canton. The Sarshone Auto Group. Find out more at sarshone.com, an official partner of the Cleveland Browns.
RG Drag, Stark County's premier career center, offers programs that prepares its students at the high school level for careers and continued education beyond high school. Upon completion, RG Drag students have an immediate opportunity to obtain a well-paying job in many exciting career fields. We offer everything from culinary, dental assisting, engineering, sports turf and landscape, welding, and so much more. Contact RG Drag to find a program and career that's the perfect fit for you. RG Drag, where careers begin.
From the Q92 newsroom, I'm Jeff Mears. The Stark Area Regional Transit Authority has a new leader. The board today unanimously chose Ralph Lee as interim CEO. He previously served as Chief Human Resources Officer for the Keenan Advantage Group. The repository reports Kurt Conrad submitted a surprise resignation email to the board August 6th. It said he would leave in August 2026. No reason was given for the move. A week after the email, the side agreed Conrad should leave immediately. His last day was Saturday. Attorneys for the city of Canton say the new owner of the Victory Square Apartments has no ties to the former landlord who failed to address deplorable conditions at the complex. Representatives of Cleveland-based Lippert Road Apartments recently provided internal records showing Green Victory Square sold its interests in the now vacant apartments on Lippert Road and 8th Street Northeast. The repository reports Hannah Brock of New York is the sole owner of Lippert Road Apartments. City officials initially believed they had been duped when the newspaper asked about a document Brock filed with the Stark County Auditor's Office, which showed Green Victory Square was the only owner of the company. An attorney for Lippert Road Apartments says Brock and Green Victory Square used a real estate transaction known as drop and swap to transfer ownership. The facility will undergo repairs. A popular raffle program will undergo some changes. The North Lawrence Fire Department has been running the raffle since September 2024. The Ohio Attorney General said in a recent opinion the department could continue with the raffle, but only if it includes the issuing of paper tickets. Participants previously received a photo of their entry ticket. The department can continue to advertise raffle goods online. In the raffle, the department purchases goods at cost and sells tickets online through an e-commerce website. Authorities have found the body of a man who was reported missing in Portage County. 69-year-old Darrell Wade of Rootstown Township left his home Tuesday morning. A statewide missing adult alert was issued around 8 p.m. Wednesday and canceled shortly after 2:30 this morning. The sheriff's office expressed condolences to Wade's family and friends, but did not provide further details. He had health issues and did not have his medications with him. Foul play is not a suspected factor in Wade's death. A Columbiana man indicted on charges including attempted murder is scheduled to return to court Wednesday for a final status hearing. 66-year-old Frederick Harif was arraigned Friday in Columbiana County Common Pleas Court. He pleaded not guilty to the charge, as well as aggravated arson, kidnapping, felonious assault, and strangulation. He's accused of assaulting a family member at a mobile home in Fairfield Township June 2nd. Harif allegedly began hitting the woman, punching her, and strangling her with a rope as she was lying in bed. He also reportedly set fire to the home, causing burns to his feet, hands, and face. Harif is being held on $500,000 bond. A jury trial is scheduled for September 8th. East Liverpool fire officials say no one was injured in separate blazes Wednesday. Shortly after 6:30 a.m., crews responded to a house fire in the 500 block of John Street. They found smoke coming from the second floor. The resident was out of the house. Firefighters found an electrical fire between the roof and an adjoining wall between two bedrooms. It was eventually put out. The house is not a total loss, but is not habitable. Around 2:15 p.m., crews were called to a car wash on Lisbon Avenue for a vehicle fire. The driver had pulled into the parking lot after seeing smoke coming from the engine compartment. The flames were quickly extinguished. A Youngstown man has been sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole in 21 years for a fatal shooting in Akron. 31-year-old Kalen Adams was served the punishment by Summit County Common Pleas Judge Allison Bro. He pleaded guilty to charges of murder and having weapons under disability. Prosecutors say in March 2024, Adams stalked and shot 41-year-old Roland Williams outside a bar on East Archwood Avenue. Adams was sentenced in March to 23 to 28 years in prison after pleading guilty to involuntary manslaughter and other charges in a Youngstown shooting. In November 2023, he fatally shot 31-year-old Christian Oliver on Zentz Avenue. A woman was wounded. More news after this.
The Q92 Sports Network brings you more high school football and basketball games than anyone else, by far. But did you know that you can go back and listen to our broadcast again? Simply go to the Q92 radio page on SoundCloud. We posted the games we broadcast for everyone to go back and relive. We have playlists filled with our high school football broadcasts from 2016 to this season. So go to SoundCloud now, follow Q92 Radio, and listen. And thank you for listening to all of our sports broadcasts of high school football and basketball on the Q92 Sports Network.
Youngstown Police and Mahoning County Children's Services are investigating after a 5-year-old boy was found wandering nude Tuesday morning around 9 a.m. Officers were called to North Brockway Avenue on the city's west side, where the child was found alone. They waited in the neighborhood for over an hour, but no one came to claim him. Police took the boy to CSB offices. His family was located several hours later. A Mahoning County judge has ordered early release for former Austintown Township trustee Steve Kent. He was found guilty of tampering with evidence. Prosecutors say Kent reset his cell phone to keep investigators from finding potentially incriminating evidence during an investigation involving a former Poland high school student. He was acquitted of sexual battery charges. Common Pleas Judge John Durkin ruled last week Kent was entitled to 21 days served in the Mahoning County Jail before being sent to prison. He was to be released September 11th. A Youngstown man pleads guilty to a felonious assault charge. 33-year-old Derek Jackson will spend 5 to 6 years in prison. The charge stemmed from a March 5th argument with a friend. The man was living in Jackson's home. Jackson reportedly fired 3 shots at the intended victim, who was not hit. A Warren man has learned his punishment for causing the overdose of a toddler. 28-year-old Rashad Bradley was sentenced today by Trumbull County Common Pleas Judge Ronald Rice to 18 months in prison. He pleaded guilty last month to charges of tampering with evidence and assault. Bradley was originally charged with child endangering, but the grand jury declined to indict him on that count. Howland Township Police said an 18-month-old child got into a batch of fentanyl that was left out January 18th. The toddler was taken to a hospital for treatment and recovered. Bradley said in court he had planned to sell the drug. We'll return you to the stadium for the second half of tonight's game, but first a look at the forecast. For the overnight, mostly cloudy, cooler, a low near 61. Mostly sunny skies Friday with highs reaching 82. Saturday, mostly sunny, a high of 84. Looking ahead to Sunday, mostly sunny, a high of 79. From the Q92 Newsroom, I'm Jeff Mears.
Looking for a job that's more than just a paycheck? Brewster Cheese, the largest Swiss cheese manufacturer in the country, is hiring energetic production team members in Brewster, Ohio. Enjoy competitive wages, amazing benefits, a free on-site clinic, fitness center, seasonal lunches, family holiday parties, and so much more. Join a team that values hard work and a great environment. Apply today at 800 Wabash Avenue South, Brewster, Ohio. That's 800 Wabash Avenue South. Brewster Cheese is where your future begins.
When the job calls for skill, reliability, and a team that's not afraid to get their hands dirty, call Dirty Hands Excavating. Family owned and operated by Marissa and Brandon Carl, Dirty Hands is a proud IBEW and NECA contractor, bringing you quality work with honest values. So when you want it done right, Call the pros who care. Dirty Hands at 330-327-3487. That's 330-327-3487. Dirty Hands, a contractor who doesn't mind getting their hands dirty for a brighter future.
From the daily driver, a heavy hauler, to a high-end auto investment, the Sarshone Auto Group is one of Northeast Ohio's leaders. With 6 locations: Sarshone Ford in Alliance and Randolph, Sarshone Chevrolet in Randolph and Garrettsville, Sarshone Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Dalton, and the Sarshone Auto Gallery in North Canton. The Sarshone Auto Group. Find out more at sarshone.com, an official partner of the Cleveland Browns.
At Bank of Magnolia, we have a lot more than money invested in this community. We've invested our time, our interest, our heritage. We were born here and have been an important part of this community for 125 years. That's why we can offer financial services that truly meet your needs. If you're looking for financial advice or the best rates, look to us at 3221 Cleveland Avenue Southwest in Canton. We're ready to help you grow your business or your family, and that will help this community grow as well. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
You're listening to High School Football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on the Q92 Sports Network.
And welcome back to Fairless High School, where the Falcons lead the Sandy Valley Cardinals 21-7. And we got some highlights for you from the first half. Let's start with the opening score from Sandy Valley.
3rd and goal. Back to pass, rolling out to his right. Here comes the pressure. He's got room to run if he wants. He's looking, throwing to the corner of the end zone. And a toe tap for the touchdown. Nice.
That was the first score from Sandy Valley, kicking things off their opening drive. We did not get the Fairless kickoff return for a touchdown. They went 95 yards on that following kickoff and took it straight to the house. Cameron Carl has had himself a heck of a first half. And then Fairless gets the ball back. And actually, they scored 3 in a row. 3 in a row. And here's the second touchdown from the Falcons.
Ritterbeck in the shotgun. He's back to pass. He's looking to his left, looking to his play. He's got room to run right up the middle. Found the parting of the Red Seas and into the end zone for the score. A 15-yard touchdown run from Mikey Ritterbeck.
Mikey Ritterbeck, the 5'11", 175-pound junior, getting things done with his feet. And then Fairless, right before halftime, gets their third score to take them up 21-7.
3 receivers now to the left. Now Snavely moves from left to right. Quick pitch to the right-hand side to Kirby. Kirby puts his foot in the ground, gets north and south, and into the end zone for the touchdown.
And that's our scoring in the first half here. It's been a fun game, a lot of penalties. It's week 1. You have to kind of expect that coming in, but we haven't seen anything that can't be fixed. You know what I mean? Like the false starts or the holding penalties. Those are all things that, you know, as you mentioned during the first half, you could expect to see during week 1. Mm-hmm. You know, this is first time that they're really going full go, open playbook and everything against someone who isn't themselves.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be a little challenging week 1.
Definitely. And offense, you know, timing is everything. And when you have an offense that motions as much as Fairless does, it's going to take a little bit of polish. Now you only get 2 scrimmages as opposed to 3 like we used to get. So, you know, like I said, it's probably week 2 or 3 before you really get the timing down with your offense.
And we've got 7 games lined up for you tomorrow night as well. Let's talk a little bit about some of them. We'll start with a game we threw in. We got in because of the Norton and Northwest situation.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Norton having hand, foot, mouth. And let's talk about that for a minute, too, because if you're Northwest, you're getting ready for that game. You're waiting and you're waiting and you're waiting. And then all of a sudden, 2 or 3 days beforehand, you find out you're not playing. What's that do to your psyche and your team?
Like I was telling Sam yesterday on the radio, it's almost like a step back in the COVID days where you just like, what? We're not playing. It's definitely disheartening. But, you know, as a football coach, you tell your guys to get comfortable being uncomfortable, to deal with adversity as it comes. You get an extra week of prep before you actually kick off for the real thing. So you got to look at the positive side.
So we will have Dover and Glen Oak tomorrow. Glen Oak tough year last year with Coach Garcia. They were a very young team last year as well, taking on a good Dover team. That's a tough week one matchup for Coach Garcia and the Golden Eagles.
Definitely. And, this is the first year in a long time that Glen Oak has a new offensive coordinator. So Mike Cook is moving from the defensive side to the offensive side of the ball. So I'm excited to see what type of flavor he's going to bring offensively.
And if he does anything what he did when he was at St. Thomas Aquinas and took the Golden Knights into that deep playoff run, that things are looking up for Coach Garcia and the Glen Oak Golden Eagles. Our FM game we'll get to a little bit because that's a big one. Let's talk a little bit about the game we got tomorrow. Chardon and Jackson. Jay Rohr's 4th year as the head coach at the Polar Bears. It should be a good one. Chardon's a good team coming in, and I believe they've got a new head coach.
Chardon is by far one of the most physical teams or programs you're going to play. And so I think it's a great week one matchup. Although they're from a smaller division, they're known for their toughness. I know Jackson lost a lot last year, but that's not going to be an excuse for Coach Rohr. They've had a great offseason. They did lose some size up front. So we'll see how the new offensive line gels in the first couple of weeks.
And you've got Lucas Eckerman, who's going to be four-year starter now. So at least if you're Coach Rohr, you know that he knows the offense.
Yep.
He's going to go out there. He's going to be that coach on the field, that field general out there for them.
Definitely.
Another good game, which I'm going to be keeping my eye on, Lake and South Range. When I played at Warren JFK, we were a Division 5 school. We seem to meet South Range every year in the playoffs. That hasn't changed. They're there year in and year out. And for a smaller school, that's a great test for Lake. They both have that physical mentality when they get together on the field. I think it's going to be a good one tomorrow.
I do too. And Lake, just like a couple teams in the Federal League, really young last year. And so I'm anxious to see how they take a step as a program this year.
Akron Buchtel coming to take on North Canton Hoover. I called that game last year. Buchtel Hoover. Buchtel surprised me the way they came out, and their head coach, they were ready to go. And Hoover, man, every single year they have so much promise, and they get hit with the injury bug like nobody I have seen.
I can't put a finger on it. It just almost seems like they got a black cloud over them or something. And
you kind of feel year in and year out if they can stay healthy that they're gonna make a big run and they're gonna be right down the top of the standings in the Federal League.
Definitely.
This one in my hometown, McKinley. Traveling to take on Warren Harding, new head coach at McKinley, taking on second-year head coach Matt Richardson over at Warren Harding. Harding lost Chaz Coleman, who is he's going to be starting for Penn State as a freshman in the secondary. That's a big shoes to fill over there for Warren Harding.
He was a dude.
He was. I called that game last year too. You were there.
Yes, I was.
So for McKinley, traveling to Harding, new head coach, and last year when Harding played McKinley, it was Richardson's first game. So 2 years in a row, you got a new head coach going against someone.
And both from the Akron Hoventree.
Yeah,
both from the Akron. So
they know each other very well.
Very familiar with each other, I'm sure. So you're going to see great athleticism. You're going to see a lot of physicality. I know that Harding has some size. The offensive line looks pretty good, but McKinley has speed. So we'll see.
And I think Coach Richardson's son is the big standout wide receiver over there for Warren Harding this year. So that'll be a good one. Christian will have that call tomorrow on our sister station, AM 1310 WDPN. Sam Berkwin will have the call. Warrensville Heights at Marlington. The Dukes looking to get off a win opening week one, and that should be a good one too. Marlington, a program that's trying year in and year out. They're getting close. They just need a couple things to fall into place.
Definitely. I mean, they're a small school, but they produce a lot of dudes. And there's a lot of tradition over there in the football program. They're trying to get back to sustainable winning, but don't count Marlington out.
And then finally, our FM game of the week on Q92. Clint Scroggs, Brian Beatty, and Ryan Bevere will be at Paul Brown Tiger Stadium, Cleveland Glenville, coming in to take on Massillon. They put out the USA Today top 25. I think Glenville was 7th or 8th, and Massillon was coming in at number 10. So you've got two huge traditional rich programs facing off week one. Boy, that's going to be a heck of a game.
Great game. I'm sure that stadium is going to be packed. It's going to be rocking. I'll be keeping a close eye on that game. I have tremendous respect and great relationships with both head coaches. Love them to death, respect them. So I'm excited to see what their programs are going to do this year.
And get there early because there's nowhere to park in Massillon.
No parking.
If you head over to the Q92 Sports Facebook page, Massillon City Schools released a post out of places to try to park and to get shuttled in. So that's going to be an absolute it's going to be a circus over there tomorrow. And then you've got the football game.
Right. Good luck.
Good luck. We're getting ready for second half action. We've got about 2 minutes here. Fairless leads Sandy Valley 21-7. And I got to tell you, that sun it's got the beautiful colors in the sky. The lights are on, man. And it's football weather.
It's football season.
But, I'm going to bring it back. Talked about it pregame. Cramping. This is the time it happens.
Yep.
Second half, it starts to get a little bit cooler.
Yep.
We'll see what happens. We're going to step away and take a break. When we come back, we will have second half action here in Fairless with the Falcons leading the Cardinals 21-7. This is high school football presented by the Sarshone Auto Group on Q92 Radiosports.com and the Q92 YouTube channel.
Looking for a job that's more than just a paycheck? Rooster Cheese, the largest Swiss cheese manufacturer in the country, is hiring energetic production team members in Brewster, Ohio. Enjoy competitive wages, amazing benefits, a free on-site clinic, fitness center, seasonal lunches, family holiday parties, and so much more. Join a team that values hard work and a great environment. Apply today at 800 Wabash Avenue South, Brewster, Ohio. That's 800 Wabash Avenue South. Rooster Cheese is where your future begins.
Hey, sports fans, want the latest local sports news, game photos, coach and player interviews, and live play-by-play coverage? Then follow Q92 Sports on social media now. We're on Facebook, Instagram, X, Threads, YouTube, and SoundCloud. Like, follow, and subscribe today. Catch the highlights, relive the moments, and stay connected to your hometown teams. Q92 Sports, your home for everything local sports. Real teams, real action, real coverage. Follow Q92 Sports on social media.
Looking for your home for local sports? Head over to Q92Radiosports.com, the official website of Q92 Sports Network. Catch every live broadcast of high school games and Mount Union sports. Stay up to date with the latest local sports stories. Check scores from around the area and never miss a game with our full broadcast schedule. It's everything sports all in one place. Q92Radiosports.com, your local sports connection.
You're listening to high school football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on the Q92 Sports Network.
And welcome back to Fairless as we get ready for second half action between the Fairless Falcons and the Sandy Valley Cardinals. And Fairless is going to receive this second half kickoff, which, the goal is to get some points before half if you're going to be getting the ball to start the second half. And they did what they needed to do. And you mentioned it when they walked out on the field, the body language of both these teams. Fairless kind of ready to go, a little jump in their step, and a little bit subdued for Sandy Valley.
Yep, a little bit. But, I'm hoping that Sandy Valley can regroup. Again, figure out how they can sustain some drives with some short passes, preferably the run game, because that's what worked for them in the first drive. But it seems just like Fairless defense is settling in, is very comfortable, and now they're just pinning their ears back and coming after them.
Yeah, we saw Cam Carl, who was out there for the second half. It's not a coin toss, but talking with officials, figuring out where they're going. We didn't see much from Peter Snavely in that first half either. 6'3", 215. He's got offers from Eastern Michigan and Miami. He was a big part of that offense last year. Defensively, he's been a thorn in the side. But offensively, we haven't really seen him contribute much on the offensive side of the ball.
Well, I've seen some blocking.
Yeah.
He's been contributing to some blocking. I mean, that's a lot of those touchdowns and those big plays on the ground was because of him. So, hey, if you're not going to be effective in the air, be effective on the ground, and he's been doing that.
And back deep to return the second half kickoff for Fairless. Cameron Carl is back there, and I believe that's 7 on the right. Is that John Hill?
Looks like 7. Yeah.
I told you, I told Coach Hall, I am so bad at seeing. I got glasses. My prescription's up to date. I don't know what it is. I struggle so bad seeing numbers.
It's bad if I have the better eyesight out of both of us.
And the run up and the kick, and a squib kick. They're not going to let Carl get this. It's taken at the 25-yard line. Across the 30, 35, 40. He makes the kicker miss. He's got one man to get past it. He gets him. It's a foot race now to the end zone across the 20. 10. Touchdown, Fairless. Zach Gilkerson takes the second half kickoff to the house. And Fairless up 21 points.
That was Madden-esque right there. That guy was jumping and dodging and stiff arming.
Man, oh man. And we talked about body language. Now, if you look over there, it's even worse for Sandy Valley. So they're going to have to find a way to get some momentum on this opening drive for them, because Fairless just said, we're here. We're not done. We got a whole second half to play.
Yep, you're going to battle through some adversity if you're Sandy Valley. I mean, that's what you do as a football player. You find a way to battle.
Jameis Robinson out to kick the extra point, and that is going to be up and good. Boy, oh boy. Opening half kickoff taken to the house, and that puts Fairless up 28-7, and we're going to take a break. This is high school football presented by the Sarshone Auto Group on Q92 Radiosports.com.
At Bank of Magnolia, we have a lot more than money invested in this community. We've invested our time, our interest, our heritage. We were born here and have been an important part of this community for 125 years. That's why we can offer financial services that truly meet your needs. If you're looking for financial advice or the best rates, look to us at 3221 Cleveland Avenue Southwest in Canton. We're ready to help you grow your business or your family, and that will help this community grow as well. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
This is head coach AJ Sarbaugh from the Fairless Falcons. You're listening to high school football on Q92 Sports Network.
And welcome back to Fairless. The Falcons take the second half kickoff, 75 yards to the house. A heck of a return by Zach Gilkerson, and that puts Fairless up 28-7. Now on to kickoff for Fairless, Jameis Robinson with the run-up and the kick. And they're going to squib it as well. It'll be taken at the 22-yard line, muffed, and then fallen on at the 25. So Sandy Valley will have the ball 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
That was a smart play. You bobble it. Good job just not trying to pick it up and then forcing the turnover, just fall on it, live to fight another down.
And they have some fight to do, trailing by 21 as we start the third quarter.
There's like some astronomical stat that's like if you score 2 touchdowns on returns during the game, you have like an 80% chance of winning the football game.
Special teams will do that to you.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to, Sandy Valley, start the first drive off, handing it off over the left-hand side. And the tailback never really got his footing there. Natch Overly kind of stumbled as soon as he took that handoff from Dubner.
That was a great job of penetration by the left defensive end, number 58. I mean, he was in there in the backfield as soon as the ball was snapped.
So they'll give him a gain of 1 on the carry. 2nd and 9, 11 minutes left in the third quarter. Dubner in the shotgun. Overly to his behind him in the pistol. And he's going to roll out to his left, throw that out in the flat, and in between 2 receivers, that's just going to fall incomplete. Again, backside pressure. They keep doing that rollout. They leave that backside D end open, and it gives him a free lane to try to run down the quarterback.
Yep, and it just seems like that they can't find a rhythm. They can't get in the sync offensively.
And Fairless is doing a good job of when that happens, that backside defensive end, instead of taking that wide route, he's cutting straight down that line of scrimmage,
yep.
And he's getting there quicker than maybe Sandy Valley's anticipating. 3rd down, 3 receivers to the wide side left, and they're going to go with a straight quarterback draw. Great job by Fairless coming in and making the tackle at the line of scrimmage. Dylan Stevens coming in and shutting that hole very quickly.
Very quickly. That was a good job by the defensive end, holding contained, and great job by the linebacker filling that hole.
And no gain on the carry. 4th down now for the Cardinals. And back deep to return. If you're just kick this one out of bounds.
Out of bounds.
Because you've got Cam Carl back there who took the kickoff, and then you've got Zach Gilkerson who took the other kickoff.
You're doomed either way.
Yeah, just kick it out of bounds. Snap back and the kick. And there's going to be a penalty coming as that kick does go out of bounds around the Fairless 49-yard line. But if you're Fairless, I imagine you're going to make them, I don't know, do you want them to re-kick it? Can you just add it on to the end of the?
Yeah, I would just take the yards.
So they marked that punt going out of bounds at the 44. And the officials are going to talk about it. It will be a hold on Sandy Valley. And they're going to talk it over with Coach Sarbaugh and see if they want to. I mean, if I've had so much success in the return game, I might tempt them.
Kick it.
Make them kick it again.
Kick it.
Kick it and go after it. Put some pressure on them.
Right.
Because at this point now with that hold, even if you get a running into the kicker, it's not an automatic first down.
Exactly.
So
let's see what the cause is. Okay.
And I think they're going to do that. Coach Sarbaugh is going to make them re-kick and bring the punting unit for Sandy Valley back out onto the field. I like this call.
I do too.
I play Madden. I'm aggressive, but it's just a video game. I mean, that has to be a harder call for Coach Sarbaugh to make.
Right. Well, you're starting out deeper as the punt team, so you think you get better field position. Even if it is a good punt, you think you still get at least at worst the same field position you get on the penalty.
Yeah, I'm telling my return guys, though, don't let the ball hit the ground or try to scoop that thing up as soon as you can, because we saw the punt earlier how much roll with those end-over-end punts get.
Yep.
So the punter with his feet in the end zone and the snap back. And he gets a better kick away, but it's going to be they let it hit the ground, and they're going to have very similar field position to where it was. A little miscommunication between the two return men, and that was Bronson Brown back there and Cam Carl. A little miscommunication, ball hits the ground. If they field that, they're probably going to be across midfield.
And like you said, it's miscommunication. I mean, with two returners back there, the other guy's supposed to take the gunner. So you're supposed to have a little bit more of a cushion if you're the return man. But miscommunication, it didn't work out that way.
Yeah, and that punt kind of was like in between both of them. Neither one knew which one was gonna take it. And rather than muff it, they both kind of scooted to the side. So Fairless will start their drive off 1st and 10 at their 40-yard line.
1st and 10.
And Mikey Ritterbeck back there in the pistol. Ball on the right hash. And they're going to hand this off over to the right-hand side. Penalty marker on the play, but a good run from Kirby, and continues to drive his legs forward, finishing that run hard, getting all the way down to the 49-yard line, but we'll see what the flag is. And it's going to be a false start on Fairless. Again, another false start penalty.
Are you surprised? I'm not surprised.
No. Nope. But again, they've been a team throughout that entire first half who has found a way to, even with those penalties, overcome them and continue to pick up. They've had 3rd and long, 2nd and long. Well, their 2nd and longs, they've done a great job of getting into 3rd and manageable.
Yep.
So they break the huddle in the pistol formation with Ritterbeck. And they got 2-3 receivers to the wide left, and they're going to go to the wide receiver screen to Carl. Carl's got room, and he's just going to run over the defender at the 40-yard line, get to the 45. Man, Cam Carl, 5'9", 170, playing like 6'2", 230, just running over defenders.
I knew that play was coming because you have Snavely, the tight end, lined up as the point man in trips. And so you're like, that guy's going to be the lead blocker. So, but yeah, great play.
And again, another 2nd and short, 2nd and 5 for Fairless after that penalty of the play before. They got a tight wing left. Now Kirby moves to the right of Ritterbeck, and they'll turn and hand it off to Kirby over the left-hand side across midfield. And he will be brought down, but not until he picks up that first down across midfield down to the 47.
That's a really good scheme they're doing. So they're lining tight end on the line of scrimmage. Then they're pulling the front side guard to the alley, pulling the backside guard to the front side A gap. So, you're essentially going to take the front side safety and the front side linebacker out with your guard, so you create numbers. great scheme.
Yeah, when you get to the outside, you don't have to worry about that backside linebacker as they hand it off to Kirby again. Breaking a tackle across the 40, 35, all the way down to the 31-yard line. Fairless now starting to feel that momentum in their running game and moving the ball at will.
Yep. That one was looked like guard tight end counter, pull the guard, pull the tight end from the backside, create more numbers. They're sticking with that scheme.
And it's working. They've found something in the Sandy Valley defense to where they're just taking advantage of it now. 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line, 8:30 left in the third quarter. Fairless leads 28-7. 2 touchdowns off of kickoff returns for Fairless here today. As they break the huddle, go tight right, wing left, and now Snavely moves from left to right. Ritterbeck in the shotgun. Here comes Carl in motion. They're going to hand it on the end around. He's got some wheels. He's trying to bounce it all the way to the edge. And little stutter step across the 25 down to the, I think they're going to mark him at the 22-yard line. Man, he's so quick once he gets to that edge.
He is, and that was a great job on the perimeter, too, by the receivers holding their block. That's probably one of the better blocks I've seen by the tight ends on the perimeter this game so far.
So pickup of 9 on the carry from Carl. It'll be 2nd and 1 now, just outside the red zone at the 22-yard line. This is like let's take a shot on 2nd down, and we'll see what Fairless does here as they turn, and they're just going to hand it off and pick up the first down, try to pick up the first down to Carl, and he's going to be wrapped up. Great job from that defensive lineman. That's number 74, Gage Stout, who did a great job wrapping up Carl and not letting him pick up the first, and it brings up a 3rd and 1.
Great penetration. I mean, he's still in the center right there at the line of scrimmage, shed the block, and sitting right there in the hole.
Third down, still 21-yard line. 7-13, third quarter. Fairless 28.
So 3rd and 1 at the 22-yard line.
Fairless on the move.
7 minutes left in the third. They send a single wide out to the right. Wide out left, tight left. Kirby now to the right of Ritterbeck. He's going to keep it himself, trying to get to the edge to pick up the first down, and the defender coming in, that's Gino Tosi making a shoestring tackle, but not until Ritterbeck picks up the first down and moves the chains for Fairless.
Yep, I like that call on 3rd and short, Q read. You know, you read in the man on the line of scrimmage. If he crashes, you keep. If he stays, you give. And he crashed, so he kept it and got just enough.
Good old read option.
Good old read.
So first down for Fairless. They are right at the 20-yard line at the RG Drag red zone. Kirby to the left of Ritterbeck on the right hash. Man in motion now. That's Carl from right to left. They're going to turn, hand it off to Carl over the left-hand side. He's going to get to the edge across the 15, 10. Turns on the Jets, diving for the pylon, and into the end zone for the score. 20-yard run from Cam Carl on the end around, getting into the end zone and putting Fairless up by 28.
There's nothing fancy about that. You just line up in double tight. You run jet around the end. Your dudes on their dudes. Your guy getting to the corner. Greatly executed.
And Fairless taking the opening second half kickoff for a touchdown. And then their first drive going a decent chunk of the field down and finding a way to get it in. On to kick the extra point for Fairless. Snap is down, kick is up, and it is good. Robinson with the extra point, and that sends Fairless up by a score of 35-7 with 6:17 left in the third quarter. We're going to step away and take a break. This is high school football presented by the Sarshone Auto Group on Q92radiosports.com and the Q92 YouTube channel.
When the job calls for skill, reliability, and a team that's not afraid to get their hands dirty, call Dirty Hands Excavating. Family owned and operated by Marissa and Brandon Carl, Dirty Hands is a proud IBEW and NECA contractor, bringing you quality work with honest values. So when you want it done right, call the pros who care. Dirty Hands at 330-327-3487. That's 330-327-3487. Dirty Hands, a contractor who doesn't mind getting their hands dirty for a brighter future.
This is Coach Gamble from Sandy Valley. You're listening to high school football on Q92.
And welcome back here to Fred Brideweiser Stadium at Fairless High School as the Falcons lead 35-7. They have been on a roll offensively here in the second half, taking the opening kickoff for a touchdown, and then just methodically moving their way down the field. Again, a drive where they had penalties, got behind the chains, but always put themselves in position to keep that drive alive and continue moving forward.
Beautiful job just creating numbers at the point of attack in the run game.
And a squib kick from Robinson, and it's going to be taken by Fairless. What a play from C.J. Plumney. Plumnio just ran, and the return man for Sandy Valley I don't know if he didn't know the ball was live, but the onside kick is recovered by Fairless.
It was a squib, but it turned into an onside.
Yeah, it's not like Fairless was being malicious or anything like that. They just didn't want to kick it deep, and the return man who was over on that side, the front man blocking for Sandy Valley, just kind of let it go, and heads up play there from Fairless to get the ball, and they have it 1st and 10 now at the Sandy Valley 35-yard line. Snively moves from left to right. Ritter back in the shotgun. Man in motion now, and they're going to hand this one off to Kirby right up the middle. He makes a man miss across the 20, 25, 10, 5, and into the end zone for the touchdown. A 35-yard touchdown run from Kirby.
I hit the easy button on that one.
Man, oh man. Fairless has come out. We talked about body language at halftime, and it seems like that has carried over to on-field as well, as Fairless has taken over this game in the second half, and they now lead 41-7, and that will put us in a running clock situation in high school sports. After halftime, a 30-point differential, you get a running clock, and that is where we are currently at. A muff snap, and Ritterbeck's going to be running to the left-hand side, and he gets in for 2. So you had 2 plays that drive that weren't necessarily designed
up, right,
with the squib kick recovered as the onside kick, and now the 2-point conversion, and 44-7 now. Fairless on top of Sandy Valley.
Well, like Coach McD used to say, sometimes better be lucky than good. So
there you go. There you go. We're going to step away and take a break. Sandy Valley trails Fairless 44-7. And this is high school football presented by the Sarshone Auto Group on Q92 Radiosports.com and the Q92 YouTube channel.
High school football exemplifies the true meaning of teamwork. At Friends and Family Credit Union, our team of local friendly professionals offer the same true spirit for our members with a wide array of products from vehicle loans to personal loans, family secure checking with ID Protect, mortgage, home equity line of credit, and more. For over 60 years, we have the game plan for your financial well-being. Visit any of our 3 convenient locations, online or mobile banking. Now, more than ever, it's time to bring a friend into the family.
You're listening to High School Football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on the Q92 Sports Network.
And welcome back to Fairless High School. The Falcons have taken over this ball game 43-7 with 4:20 left in the third quarter. We are in a running clock situation. High school sports, 30-point differential, and the clock goes running. If Sandy Valley were able to get it underneath 30, it would go back to normal timing. As, again, the ball flopping all over the place on the squib kick, finally picked up by the return man, and he will be brought down at the 20-yard line. Great tackle in the open field by number 7 for Fairless, John Hill, on the return man, Chase Hellwig, who just wasn't able to get around the corner.
No, I mean, by the time he was able to field the ball, I mean, they were on his heels. He just tried to make something out of nothing.
So Sandy Valley going to come out and try to get this offense going. They had so much success in that opening drive, a methodical drive that took time off the clock and kept the Fairless offense on the field, off the field by running the football, and they just haven't been able to get back into it.
Nothing.
So we're going to have a whistle now. And timeout by Fairless. So the clock will stop at 3:32 left in the third quarter. So you've got 2 different situations here. If you're the coach, say you're Coach Brian Gamble. Well, I guess for both schools at this point, you're just trying to fine-tune things. Sandy Valley, you figure they're going to be working on things that might not have been able to get going here in this half.
Right.
And now if you're Coach AJ Sarbaugh, you're like, okay, wasn't planning on being able to work on this, but maybe we can, start doing some live game action with these different things.
Yeah, and also you can start playing some of your down the line guys. I mean, some of your guys who are, especially being a younger team last year. I know you didn't have a lot of depth, so now you can start working some of those young guys in some reps as well.
Yeah. So 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line, and that pass is going to be tipped at the line of scrimmage, and will be an incomplete pass. So Dubner dropping back and just great job by the defensive lineman getting that big ball up.
Yeah, they were trying to get out there to a quick bubble screen again to the 3-receiver side. Defensive end realized it right away, got his paw up there and got his hand on it.
It'll be 2nd and 10 now. Ball at the 20-yard line. 3 minutes left in the third quarter. Fairless leads 43-7 over Sandy Valley. Dubner in the shotgun. Man in motion now from left to right. And they're going to turn, hand it off over the left-hand side. Picking up 3 or 4 yards on the carry is Natch Overly. It'll bring up 3rd down.
That was a pretty good scheme where you fake the jet and then behind the jet you run the Q read, so you really put that backside defensive end in the bind. So if they stay with that, maybe you can create a pass off of it. They may be able to get something going offensively.
Yeah, you've got 3 different running options off of that, either the jet, the Q, or the running back.
Yep.
Pistol formation for Overly. He's going to drop back to pass. He's looking. He's going to let this one fly downfield, and it's going to fall about 7 yards over two defenders and a receiver who was double covered. That was Gino Tosi, who had 2 defenders on him, and just a little bit too much mustard on that.
Yeah, it's a shame they couldn't get Gino Tosi involved earlier in the game, because he is definitely a dynamic athlete and a guy who can break away at any time. It's just haven't been able to find a way to get him the ball.
Even if you're working on, little hitch routes or quick slants or something, just to get the ball in his hands.
Exactly.
They haven't been able to do that. And we've got some dangerous men back deep for Fairless. Cam Carl and Bronson Brown to return the punt. And the punt is a low-line driver that's going to bounce and hand right to Carl at the 35. See what he can do. He's going to bounce this one out to the outside at the 45, make another man miss, get across midfield, scurry up the sideline, and get all the way to the to the Sandy Valley 35-yard line where the Falcons, 45-yard line, where the Falcons will have 1st and 10.
Man, it's fun to watch him run. I mean, even if it's only for 5 yards, he makes it an entertaining 5 yards.
Far side officials on the far side of the field said he stepped out at the 48-yard line. So Fairless will have it 1st and 10, and they will have the ball on the right hash. And as you talked, getting some younger guys into the game, it looks like they're swapping out some positions.
Definitely, especially with a lot of you guys going 2 ways. Let's rest those guys for next week.
So 1st and 10, 2 receivers to the wide side left, and they're going to turn, swing it out to the left-hand side through the hands of the intended receiver, John Hill. That's Bronson Brown in at quarterback now, the 5'11", 155-pound sophomore getting to see some time.
I'm very impressed with Coach A.J. Sarball's offensive scheme. It's very layered. I mean, he has several different plays and schemes off the same formation or same play action. Just love the football I'm seeing right now.
And that's going to bring us to the end of the third quarter. The Fairless Falcons on top, 43-7. We're going to step away and take a break. This is high school football presented by the Sarshone Auto Group on Q92 Radiosports.com and the Q92 YouTube channel.
RG Drag, Stark County's premier career center, offers programs that prepares its students at the high school level for careers and continued education beyond high school. Upon completion, RG Drag students have an immediate opportunity to obtain a well-paying job in many exciting career fields. We offer everything from culinary, dental assisting, engineering, sports turf and landscape, welding, and so much more. Contact RG Drag to find a program and career that's the perfect fit for you. RG Drag, where careers begin.
You're listening to High School Football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on the Q92 Sports Network.
And welcome back. 2nd and 10 for Fairless. And they're going to run this one over the left-hand side, breaking a tackle across the 40, 30, 25, 20. One man to beat, and he will get down to the 2-yard line. A great run from Sean Banks. and got down to about the 2-yard line until it was finally pushed out of bounds.
Almost tiptoed that line to the end zone. Almost.
Oh, that was 29. Excuse me. That was. Is that 29? There is an injury. Is it a cramp?
You called it.
I think it's a cramp.
You called it.
So Troy McVicker, the ball carrier. He wasn't on our roster. That's the tough thing, too. Let's see if
he's 20.
Oh, he's number 20. There we go.
I have
the
28.
5'11", 175-pound senior. Oh, see, I have see. You think you're prepared when you come to a game,
right?
Then you bring your own rosters and everything, and then they leave you a roster that's got it right.
Yeah.
All right, we'll throw this one away. We'll use this one from here on out. Great run from McVicker. Saw the open space, man. You thought he was going to get to the end. A great job about at the 10-yard line. They tried to cut out his legs and found a way to stay up.
Stay up. Almost tight-roped it.
So 1st and goal inside the RG Drag red zone. And McVicker standing behind Bronson Brown, and they're going to give it to him, and he's going to battle and fight his way in for the score. That's a hard-nosed runner right there. Not going to be denied, and it's always great when you get them down there for them to let you finish it.
Exactly. That was just a good old-fashioned insert. The wing back lines up outside the tackle, snap of the ball. He folds back in, blocks your front side linebacker. Running back made a great read, bounced it off the tight end's block. Pay dirt.
So that's going to take the Fairless Falcons up 49-7 with 10:30 left in the ball game. And on to a little miscommunication between offensive linemen, and that's going to be a penalty. way too many guys. It's week 1, right, Coach?
This isn't Canadian football.
Yeah, weird goalposts and running before the play, and
12 guys on the field.
If you miss it, you still get points. I didn't know that until you told me that the other day.
Yep.
Do they also do the thing with the punt where you can punt it a yard and fall on it?
Yes.
And pick up a first down?
Yes.
Canucks, man.
Yep.
So here we go with the extra point. This will be from the kick will be from the 15-yard line, 25-yard extra point. And snap back, hold down, kick is up, and it is good. So that was a different kicker, I believe, as well. That's number 18? Landon Kasler with the 18. I got a number
nice.
Right with the extra point. The sophomore coming in and putting it through the uprights, and it makes it 50-7 with 9 minutes left in the game. And as I mentioned, the clock continuing to run. We're in a running clock situation, 30-point differential.
I think everybody might get to play tonight. That's what it's looking like.
Well, I mean, that's good, too. I feel like a big thought that goes through coach's head that you want to try to avoid is having injuries week 1.
Exactly.
That's got to be really, really tough, not just for the team, but for the individual player, especially if you're a senior. And for them to get through without having that so far and be able to get the younger guys in is huge for your team.
Especially when you play a lot of two-way guys, because someone goes down, you don't lose one position, you lose 2, and sometimes 3, because it might be your return man or your punter. So, yes, the risk definitely doesn't outweigh the reward by keeping guys in at this time of the game.
Yeah. So Fairless with a dominating lead right now, 50-7, 8 minutes left in the ball game. And, you talk about body language, and it's got to be hard for Sandy Valley, too, to try to, all the excitement and anticipation for week 1, and then, to have Fairless come in and throw 50 on you, it's got to be tough.
It is, but, that's part of it. You got to go. You got to regroup. You got to get better next week because no matter what happens, you got a game next Friday.
Kicking off for Fairless, Deegan Meek with the run up and the kickoff. And a toe kicker. He's got the different shoe on. That's taken at the 30-yard line with a head of steam across the 40, 45 near midfield. What a great return for Sandy Valley. He's still playing. And boy, I wish I could see that number. There we go. That's Gino Tosi. Finally, we get to see him with the ball in an open field, and he's ready to go.
Yeah, I mean, he's a special guy if he gets an opportunity.
He's like that greyhound that just waiting to see him start chasing that rabbit. So Sandy will have the ball 1st and 10 at midfield, right at the 50-yard line.
Let's get a drive going. Let's get a score. Let's see.
And it looks like they've got a different quarterback in as well. Liam Fetty, the 6-foot freshman, 170-pound freshman in at quarterback. And some more miscommunication. Player running in late.
Well, you're playing young guys now, so yeah.
So they've got 2 receivers to the wide side left, moving from right to left. Man in motion. They're going to turn, hand this one off over the right-hand side. That's Overly with the carry. He'll pick up 3, and it'll be 2nd down.
Split zone to the left, and again, that backside A-B gap opened right up.
So they give him 2 on the carry, 2nd and 8. And we are at 6 minutes left in the ball game. Stay tuned after the game. We'll talk a little bit about this. Go over tomorrow again, the games we've got on the Score 7, and then Coach is going to go down and try to get an interview with Coach A.J. Sarbaugh. And Fetty's going to keep it himself, and he'll end up losing 2 yards. So 3rd and 10 now for Sandy Valley.
Man, you could tell some of those guys are freshmen out there. You could just tell.
I mean, very young team going down Sandy Valley's roster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 seniors on their roster. So a lot of young guys going to see a lot of time this year. So this is one of those situations like next year, the year after, pay attention to Sandy Valley because they're going to have a lot of experience out there.
Kind of like Fairless last year.
Yep. 3 receivers to the wide left. Fetty in the shotgun. He's going to roll out to his left. And he's thinking about running. Finally throws it over to the sidelines. That's going to be caught by Tozy, picking up the 1st down to the 37-yard line. So that's nice to see your young freshman keep his eyes downfield, make a good quality throw.
Definitely. Good pocket presence, way to step up. And like you said, keeping your eyes downfield, delivering the ball. Good job, young guy.
So Fairless now 1st and 10 at the 36. 4:30 left in the game. Fairless leads 50-7.
Extend the play there.
And Sandy Valley will send 3 receivers to the wide side right. Fetty in the pistol with Overly lined up behind him. Ball on the left hash. Takes the snap. Pitches it out to the right. Cross the 35, 30. Finally pulled down. Great run by Overly. And it looks like an injury out on the field for Sandy Valley. And he looks to be in a lot of pain.
That was a really good run. I mean, he got the edge, and he wasn't looking back.
I would have liked to have seen if Sandy Valley was able to keep this run game going and try to slow the game down. It looks like Fairless wants to play at a fast pace, high speed, in and out. And if Sandy Valley was able to kind of slow that down like they did that opening drive, man, I think it would have been a lot different game.
Yeah, or even, capitalize on Fairless, on their mistakes. I mean, they made a ton of mistakes, especially in false starts, but, they always gave them the opportunity to get back in the drive.
So the injured player who was on the far side of the field, I wasn't able to see who it was, is up on his own power and off onto the sidelines. It'll be 2nd and short for Sandy Valley. Fetty takes the snap. He's going to hand it off to Overly over the left-hand side. He now cuts it back up in the middle. Another great run, able to pick up the 1st down and move the chains for Sandy Valley.
Yeah, I mean, his vision, that was remarkable. I mean, that looked poetic. I mean, he stepped against the grain. He let the pursuit go past his face. He cut back. Got a big game.
It's one of those things, too. It looks like he's very patient, too, letting that run develop and letting that hole crease just pop open.
Definitely.
So 1st and 10 for Sandy Valley. Fetty in at quarterback, the freshman. Overly lined up behind him in the pistol. And they're going to turn. Great play action by Fetty. Rolling out, throwing across his body. Caught at the 15. Getting to the 10 and out of bounds is Tozy. That was a heck of a play action.
Fake me out. Where's the ball?
That's that like that Aaron Rodgers play action where he just acts so nonchalant about it. That was great.
That was incredible.
So Sandy Valley now inside the RG Drag red zone, having a chance to put some points on. The freshmen bringing Sandy Valley down the field and getting them in scoring position. And Fetty in the shotgun. Hands it off to Overly. He's going to cut it back to the left, split 2 defenders, and get down to the 5-yard line. And it'll be 2nd and goal now for Sandy Valley with 2:25 left in the game.
Another good cutback. Another good job just being patient, letting it develop, putting your foot in the dirt, cutting back against the grain.
2nd and 5. Sandy Valley on the left hash with 2 receivers to the wide side. 2 receivers short left. Different tailback in the ball game behind Fetty as well. And they're going to turn, and Fetty's going to pull it, keep it himself, trying to get into the goal line, and he's going to be stopped just short at the 1-yard line. So read option from Fetty, keeping it, trying to do it himself.
Yeah, that was Q counter read. So I mean, that's a complex play for defenses to read because you have the Q counter and you have the read on the backside. So you pull front side, but you're reading the backside defensive end.
And it puts them in 3rd and goal at the 1-yard line inside the RG Drag red zone. Overly back in the game, lined up behind Fetty. And he's going to fumble the snap and just falls on it at the 8-yard line. So, again, another mistake from Sandy Valley where you just feel like they're going to get over that hump and something happens to prevent that.
Yep, you get down to the 2-yard line and you snap it over his head. But they're fighting. You know, I mean, at least they're still competing, and that's what you want to see.
And it'll be 4th and goal from the 8-yard line. We are under a minute to play here at Fairless.
4th and goal at the 8. 50 seconds remain. The freshman quarterback.
And Fetty in the shotgun. Overly to his right. 3 receivers to the wide side. He's going to roll to his right. He's got pressure coming from the backside. He needs to get rid of it. Finally notices he's there. Going to the end zone. And he gets to the goal line and loses the football, but they said he crossed the plane. Fetty with the 8-yard touchdown run.
On the right numbers and went in from 8 yards. And it's Fairless 50 and Sandy Valley.
He had pressure coming from behind him. That was Aiden Curtis who was trying to run him down. Fetty kept his eyes downfield and then didn't have anywhere to go except forward.
That's
so he
Moxie.
tucked it and ran.
He dipped his shoulder and got in the end zone. Good job, kid.
I mean, that's a freshman in there
Freshman.
making that decision.
Freshman, yeah.
So the future looks really bright off of just this one drive.
One
you see
drive,
from Sandy
right,
Valley. There's a lot there that you like.
Yep.
And the clock will run out.
That's it. That's all.
Before they even attempt the extra point. And your final score, Fairless 50, Sandy Valley 13. And Fairless coming out and making a statement, but we've seen some good stuff from Sandy Valley there. A.J. Sarbaugh last year struggled a little bit throughout the season, but boy, they came out firing on all cylinders tonight. Some little mental errors with the false starts, but other than that, they played pretty well all evening.
After that first drive, they were a completely different team. Like I said, defensively, they settled in. They didn't let Sandy Valley breathe. And offensively, they were methodical. They controlled the ground game. They controlled the clock. It was special teams was huge for them.
Yeah.
I mean, they made tons of big plays on special teams. The 2 kick returns, great game.
We're going to step away and take a break. When we come back, we'll talk a little bit more about tonight's game and the score 7. 7 games coming at you tomorrow night. But the kickoff to high school football on Q92 Sports Network is concluded with a victory for Fairless, 50-13. We will be right back with more post-game action. This is high school football presented by the Sarshone Auto Group on Q92 Radiosports.com.
Looking for a job that's more than just a paycheck? Rooster Cheese, the largest Swiss cheese manufacturer in the country, is hiring energetic production team members in Brewster, Ohio. Enjoy competitive wages, amazing benefits, a free on-site clinic, fitness center, seasonal lunches, family holiday parties, and so much more. Join a team that values hard work and a great environment. Apply today at 800 Wabash Avenue South, Brewster, Ohio. That's 800 Wabash Avenue South. Brewster Cheese is where your future begins.
At Bank of Magnolia, we have a lot more than money invested in this community. We've invested our time, our interest, our heritage. We were born here and have been an important part of this community for 125 years. That's why we can offer financial services that truly meet your needs. If you're looking for financial advice or the best rates, look to us at 3221 Cleveland Avenue Southwest in Canton. We're ready to help you grow your business or your family, and that will help this community grow as well. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
From the daily driver, a heavy hauler, to a high-end auto investment, the Sarshone Auto Group is one of Northeast Ohio's leaders. With 6 locations: Sarshone Ford in Alliance and Randolph, Sarshone Chevrolet in Randolph and Garrettsville, Sarshone Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Dalton, and the Sarshone Auto Gallery in North Canton. The Sarshone Auto Group. Find out more at sarshone.com, an official partner of the Cleveland Browns.
When the job calls for skill, reliability, and a team that's not afraid to get their hands dirty, call Dirty Hands Excavating. Family owned and operated by Marissa and Brandon Carl, Dirty Hands is a proud IBEW and NECA contractor, bringing you quality work with honest values. So when you want it done right, call the pros who care. Dirty Hands at 330-327-3487. That's 330-327-3487. Dirty Hands, a contractor who doesn't mind getting their hands dirty for a brighter future.
You're listening to High School Football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on the Q92 Sports Network.
And welcome back to Fairless High School. Fairless a winner tonight, 50-13 over Sandy Valley. Before we get any further, want to send some prayers and thoughts to Central quarterback Brock Berkwin, who was injured in tonight's game against Fairless and was taken in an ambulance to the hospital. Helmet was still on, so we send our best to Brock Berkwin and his family. Hopefully it's nothing too serious. They're just being precautious, and then everything is good with that young man.
Definitely sending prayers.
So back here at Fairless, let's talk a little bit. I know Coach Hall wants to see the Ring of Fire really, really bad, and I feel like they're getting there. They're getting there. Coach Sarbaugh talking to the team and players down there, and for Fairless, this is how you wanted to kick off this season.
Definitely, especially like I said last year, being a super young team, knowing it was a developmental year. You had a whole off season. Your guys matured. They got bigger, stronger, faster. They gelled. It showed tonight.
And for Sandy Valley, this is a learning lesson. You got a lot of young guys on that team. We mentioned only 7 seniors, and they're in a similar situation that Fairless was last night. And if you're your coach for over there for Sandy Valley, Coach Gamble, you're going to be like, we're going to take some lumps this year. That's kind of going to be part of it. It's hard to accept, but this is the hard work and dedication that pays off. Just look across the sidelines.
Exactly. So you look where you're at, you look where you want to be, and you got to look what steps you got to take to get there. And I know that's what Coach Gamble is going to do.
And we got a slate of 7 games coming at you tomorrow as well. Some great games. Dover at Glen Oak. Mike Voorhees will have that call. Chardon at Jackson. Coach and I will be at Jackson tomorrow night for that game. Lake and South Range. Mike Dixon has that call. Bookdale at Hoover. Jay Wilhelm there. McKinley at Warren Harding. Christian Bigglesworth will be there. On our sister station, AM 1310 WDPN, Warrensville Heights at Marlington. Sam Berkwin will have that call. And our FM game of the week, Glenville at Massillon. Clint Scroggs, Brian Beatty, and Ryan Bevere will be on that call as well. Coach, you want to try to run down there real quick, or you want to just enjoy?
I'm going to just enjoy it. I'm gonna take this in. I've heard so much about the Ring of Fire. Happy I get to experience it.
So Fairless doing their traditional ring of fire out here on the field. It's a fan favorite and a coach favorite apparently. Well, I guess if you're up here and not on the other sidelines, it's a coach favorite.
Right. Right.
But a lot of great games for you guys coming up tomorrow, and there's a lot of different places where you can watch it, or listen to it. YouTube. All of our games are going to be on YouTube. You can head to Q92radiosports.com. We'll have some games on Facebook, both Q92 and Q92 Sports and AM 1310 WDPN. We'll have some games on X. It's going to be a great year. Hope you come along for the ride. It's been absolutely wonderful, and we're going to end it right here. Big thank you to our sponsors, RG Drag, bringing you the RG Drag Red Zone, Friends and Family, bringing you the Friends and Family timeouts. And, of course, Sarshone Auto Group. Without them, we would not be able to bring you high school football on the Q92 Sports Network. Hope you guys have a wonderful evening, and we'll be back with you tomorrow night right here, same time, pre-games at 6:30, kickoff 7 o'clock on Q92radiosports.com. Once again, your final score, the Fairless Falcons 30, Sandy Valley 13. This has been high school football presented by the Sarshone Auto Group on Q92radiosports.com.